Lakes was arrested and charged. Additional evidence of the man's involvement in commercial drug trafficking was allegedly found at a West Lakes property. He has fronted court today. The Prime Minister says he has no plan to travel to the Middle East and his position is supported by Australia's security agencies. The leaders of the US and UK have travelled to Israel to hold talks with the country's leader Benjamin Netanyahu. The opposition believes Anthony Albanese should do the same thing. Mr Albanese says he is being constantly briefed about the escalating conflict, but now is not the right time to travel to Israel.
The decision of the Leader of the Opposition to raise such an issue publicly, that's a matter for him. At this point in time, I have no plans to visit the Middle East.
Security analysts say allowing China to continue operating the port of Darwin is a strategic misstep. A review commissioned by the federal government has found the 99-year lease is not against the national interest. The findings come ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to China next month. Director of Strategic Analysis Australia, Michael Shoebridge, says the lease arrangement is problematic.
The importance of Darwin and the port of Darwin is growing, and having a Chinese port operator that will take orders from the government in Beijing right in the middle of that is like having a really big pearl that's right in the middle of the oyster.
Queensland taxpayers will foot the bill for public servants struggling to cope with the fallout from the Voice referendum. The state government has taken the extraordinary move to protect the well-being of staff suffering psychologically from the failed Voice to Parliament vote. Directors Generals have been instructed to consider 5-day leave options for workers impacted by the ballot outcome. Winemakers are pushing back against calls for more warning labels to be placed on their products. National health bodies are urging alcohol producers to warn consumers of alcohol-related harms like cancer and liver damage. But Taylor's Wine's Managing Director Mitchell Taylor says the move would be costly to the industry.
We actually have on our back labels responsible drinking standards. We have the drinking standards. We even have a pregnancy warning. We've encouraged things by DrinkWise, and our industry's on its feet with what's happened with China. We just need a bit of government support.
And the Rolling Stones' new album is out today. Hackney Diamonds is their first as a three-piece following the death of Charlie Watts. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Redbacks need 139 runs from 105 balls to win their Marsh Cup match against New South Wales. They're currently 4 for 153, just lost a wicket. Meantime, Australia's one-day World Cup campaign continues tonight against Pakistan. Round 8 in the AFLW starts tonight with Hawthorn and Richmond in Cairns. The Crows play the Lions in Ipswich tomorrow. Port meet the Gold Coast Suns at Alberton. Adelaide United's 2023-24 season gets underway tonight. The Reds will be led by new captain Ryan Kitto. The clash with Central Coast Mariners kicks off at 7:15 at Cooper Stadium. And Aussies Alex de Minaur and Alexei Poprin are through to the quarters at the Japan Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
G'day, there in the city of Crash, North Terrace near King William Street. Newton, burst water main on Montague Road near Stradbroke Road. And we've got some works at Banksia Park slowing things up today. Hancock Road near Shannon Rise. Bit sluggish too at the moment. Tapley Hill Road at Glenorg North with the camera. Batunga Road at Meadows. School's back, but weekends away are always in at Discovery Parks. Book a weekend getaway now at Discovery Parks. Book a cabin for a family of 4 for as little as $100 per night. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow 18, Sunday partly cloudy 19, back up to 24 and mostly sunny on Monday. Right now it's 20 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, Eden Hills residents tell how they grabbed garden hoses to try and stop a huge grass fire from spreading to their homes. The new produce facility in Adelaide's north, how it will drive down our fruit and veg costs. Could we soon see health warning labels on beer and wine? And the new treatment helping doctors shrink common skin cancers. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome, it's 5 minutes after 4 on this Friday afternoon, and it is a big one for us. We are out and about once again as I welcome Stephen Rowey and Tim Ginniver. Good afternoon, boys.
Thank you, Sammy. We're at Cooper's Stadium, the best boutique football stadium, I think, in the Southern Hemisphere. We're here for the Reds A-League season opener. We take on reigning champs, Central Coast Mariners. Hopefully tonight it's no goodies, no problems, because Timmy G, we have Nestori Irankunda, and he's my new favourite for the summer months.
I think he's your favourite last year, quite frankly. But
anyone
right.
that can score goals like him and do backward flips
that's the
and
bit.
get the crown of
That's the bit.
Talk to me how big the lineup is. I know the Lady Reds start very
Lady
shortly.
Reds start at 4:30. Those two are playing Central Coast Mariners. Interestingly, Central Coast Mariners haven't been in the comp for quite a long time. They've actually been reintroduced to the comp and start off against our Lady Reds tonight. So hopefully we get the score on the board, get off to a cracking start and then rip into them tonight.
Well done. We're going to speak to Izzy Hodgson. She's our Lady Reds skipper shortly. Hey, the state government have announced the Reds Express, like the Footy Express ticket.
Yeah.
So you can ride public transport for free on any metro service. Tick, great, brilliant.
And that's an awesome commitment for me. And what it does is say, you know, we want big crowds to these games. They've been averaging sort of over 10,000 fans last year coming to Cooper Stadium. It's a terrific atmosphere, and I think encouraging more is a great idea.
So if you get your train, tram or bus into the city, catch the tram, it drops you off literally straight down the end of that road in the entertainment centre.
You just walk through
you dribble
the side
on through,
street and you're there.
Have a little frothy at the pub, happy days, away you go. And the other big news, and we'll speak about this with Cozzy, Reds have signed a 5-year extension for Cooper Stadium.
Yeah, which I think, you know, and we've heard other people like Andy Harper say, this is the best football stadium in the A-League. And
love it.
Thumbs up to all of them. Well done.
And you hosting another Cashy tonight? Or?
No, it's a
See you in your Reds
season job.
outfit? Oh, it's
it's
a contract.
It's a contract.
Timmy, a contract.
Wow.
Absolutely.
On the books.
Sammy, he's on the books.
The books.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
And Adelaide United, well, they're talking statues. I said no.
And rightly so.
I said no.
Where did you ask to put it?
Yeah.
Right out here. I already brought it with me.
Under my arm.
I think Aurelia Vidmar might have you.
You
checked
might
in.
have me covered. I normally see him up there too, so
okay.
it's great to catch. That's the thing about I do like about doing the pre-game. Is you get to see like past players like Tony Vidmar, Aurelia Vidmar.
I love the game.
They come up, have a yarn.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. See Joey Mullen now and again, and it's just awesome. I watched it's called the People's Club.
Oh, yes,
and
it
it's
is.
the
The
20-year
doco.
anniversary
Loved it.
of Adelaide United. Awesome.
Well done.
I suggest to anybody. It's
Well
only
done.
35 minutes. I suggest to anybody to watch it. It really gives you an insight. And there was so much in there that I'd forgotten that happened, you know,
I'll have to do
from
that.
the beginning
Done.
right through the middle into the end.
I'm looking forward to Nestori Irankunda starting and starring, and so too is our coach, Carl Viet.
He's developed more physically, and you'll see that this year. He will be a lot more dangerous this year than what he was last year.
Well, I hope he is.
Yeah.
Hope he starts. You think he'll start?
It's a good question. I think he did
Left
start
wing?
in the trial.
Goodie spot?
And one of the issues was being able to get him into the game was the fact that you had Goody and he was playing and he's the captain and he's a very good player. So it was like, well, what will happen now? He'll get more minutes and so will some of the other young'uns.
We'll speak to Carl and Cozzy. We are live at Cooper Stadium. Come and join us. The other favourite summer team for me is the 36ers. Oh, God, last night. I thought we were outplayed.
That was their worst performance of the year, wasn't it?
Outgunned, outmanoeuvred, outclassed. We lost by 17, never in it. We only had 11 assists, which is way down, but we had 12 turnovers. We'll speak to CJ Bruton, our coach, as well, very shortly, but here's what he said.
From the pre-season to up until this point, we were making pretty good gains. And to this game, it's a disappointing result. And our effort to get back, to hustle and dig deep, to get over, to box out, to sprint a floor, to make the extra pass or play. I thought that left, the communication left. Everyone was a step too slow.
Yeah, we were 1-5 to start the year. The only good thing, 7:30 tip-off, Entertainment Centre, directly behind us, Timmy G. We've got the Wildcats. And we tend to rally against them, and I hope we do.
They've got off to a slow start themselves. They've only had the 2 wins from 5 games.
Come
so
on!
There's an opportunity there. What was most concerning, exactly what he described just then, was the want, the will, the desire just wasn't there, and that was disappointing.
It was very,
want to make sure that they
disappointing.
get that back quickly.
Now, on a slightly more positive note, for our other summer team favourites, we love our Reds. We love our Redbacks.
Yes.
We like our
Going all right at the
strikers. We like anything summer because I love our sport. We've got an Adelaide Oval one-dayer on the go at the moment. New South Wales made 7 for 291.
I watched it.
We are currently 4 for 158.
Correct.
So what are we in the over? 34th over.
Nearly 35 done.
Yeah. Now, I thought Walsh, Jake Lehman's at the crease. Our new skipper will be sweet as a nut. He just got rolled. 5 off of 10, but Nathan McSweeney's at the crease as well. Ben Menenti can go all right.
He can go all right. Yeah,
Don't cue the thunderclouds. We'll win that one.
We bat pretty deep, but that's still 132 runs to get.
Off 90 balls.
But what do they say after 30 overs, double your score?
That's what they say.
Is that what they say?
Yep.
You're the cricketer?
Yep, that's exactly
well,
what
then
they
we
say.
win. Boom.
Hopefully.
Boom. Cue the thunderclouds. Hey, still on cricket, we take on Pakistan tonight.
Yeah.
It is a must win. It's in Bangalore. Good deck. 7 p.m. tonight. Here's our skipper, Paddy Cummins.
We look back at the last couple of games and, haven't got the wickets, but there's probably been 3 chances in each first 10 overs that we just haven't got, or, LBW missed by millimetres or player misses. So we've been really happy with, the guys up front.
Mate, if butts and candy nuts, I'm going to lay it on the line tonight against Pakistan. D. Warner, you're due. In actual fact, you're overdue. Mitch Marsh, who opens with you, you're more than overdue. Get some runs. You flat track bully. Keep going. Smithy, stop shadow batting. Make some runs. You're due.
Yep.
And Labuschagne, mate.
Stop copying him.
Mate, just fire the hell up. Here's the good news. Travis Head has arrived in Bangalore. We believe he's going to play against the Netherlands.
Okay.
And he'll get some real grit and fight into that batting lineup. How about that?
Well, we do.
God, I hope we win.
I've had a look at Pakistan. Tell you what, they've had some people making some runs. Rizwan, he's made 131, 68 and 49.
One of the best batsmen in the world.
He is on fire.
Here's a positive, though. Viral infection's been going through the Pakistani camp in the last couple of days, so that might just help us a little bit.
Oh, that's lovely.
A little. They've had a dodgy Vindaloo.
That's right.
We're
releasing dodgy Vindy.
I was going to say we're releasing viruses, are we, to try and win? Gee whiz, but desperate, aren't we?
Okay, get the Portaloos out there. G'day, buddy. Reds fans moving in. And this one here, Melbourne forward Joel Smith. He has tested positive, we mentioned this, to cocaine game day round 23. Now, under the AFL illicit, I don't know, call it a code or drug policy, he's been provisionally suspended. Effective immediately, albeit, Timmy, 6 weeks after he into a jar and they tested it. Sports Integrity Australia will investigate. Now, that's underway as we speak. If he can prove it was in his system and he didn't take that coke, let's call it coke, I don't know, illicit drug game day, he could get 2 years suspension down to 3 or even a month. Now, we had Caro on last night. Have a listen to Caro and 3RW's Neil Mitchell.
If Joel Smith can demonstrate to the AFL tribunal that he will face at some point that the cocaine he ingested did not improve his performance, there is a chance that that suspension could be reduced to 3 months or even 1 month.
It's reported today Joel Smith may be suspended for 3 months through the summer. Oh, really, what's the point? If you're going to have a penalty, it's got to be served during the season. Where is the real punishment? You miss 3 months through the summer. You train on your own. The club gives you a fitness program. You're a few weeks behind the others when you get back, but you get on with it. If guilty and suspended for 3 months, it should be in season. Anything else, I think, is near meaningless.
So, Timmy, let's discuss this. Personally, I think players abusing the system by taking what we call illicit drugs, and then they immediately claim mental health. They can do that so they don't get a strike against them. We know we've got the 3-strike drug policy. After one, no one knows. We know the rule. We don't have to go through it again. Basically, you get hit with a lettuce leaf. What's worse than that is I tackle you, a football act, I dump you into the ground because I don't want you to get rid of the ball a bit aggressively. I'll get 3 weeks. So here's my question to you, Timmy, and our listeners, 82230000. Should AFL be as hard on drugs as they are on head knocks? Because this is weak as water.
I'm with you. Campbell Brown, I saw speak this morning. He said exactly that. He just said, look, if he gets away with 3 months in the off-season, that's just way too lenient.
Well, what deterrent is that for my young lad or some young lad coming through the system?
Correct.
Hey, you know what? You can have coke. Just make sure you take it. Not on game day.
And
and you'll get a 1 month.
Yeah, it's the penalty doesn't fit the crime just yet, but you can't see this one going where he's banned for 10 years. That ain't going to happen, I don't think.
Well,
anyway.
who said that? 10 years.
Well, they're saying the maximum penalty is if you're found to take something performance enhancing.
Game day.
Yeah, the maximum
I
penalty is 10
thought the
years.
maximum was only ever 2.
4,
anyway.
I believe it's
was
4.
Is it? Okay.
2 at the moment sounds like about right, but 4 is what you can get.
You can get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I lied.
Anyway,
I lied.
Not quite 10.
Should the AFL be as hard and as harsh on drugs as they are on head knocks? Because head knocks, there's no shade of grey. You're done. You hit someone's head, done.
Yep.
3 weeks, 2 weeks,
That's
1
been
week,
established.
up there. Well, not if you take drugs. You go your hardest. Get it straight up your snout. And you know what? Happy days. Well, honestly, I've had a gutful of it. Toughen up. 822 300
Interesting. You have your thoughts. Share them with us on this Friday afternoon where we are live at Highmarsh Stadium. Looking forward to the Reds season opener tonight. We're outside Gate 10, if you know where that is, on Manton Street. So come say hi and come along to see the Reds. We're going to speak to all the big names of Adelaide United this evening, including the men's coach Carl Viet, Lady Reds captain very shortly Izzy Hodgson, and the CEO Nathan Cosmina during the show. After 5 o'clock, Warren Treadray's going to be here. CJ Bruton from the Sixers will cross live to India ahead of Pakistan and Australia this evening in the World Cup. Terry McAuliffe with tips, plenty more prizes as per usual, and lots of time for your calls. 822 300 on this jam-packed Friday, 16 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's official. Prawn season is here, and SA King Prawns is the place to go for the freshest catch. When Tony, Heather and their crew aren't at sea, they're selling their delicious catch in the SA King Prawns store in Edinburgh North and SA Farmers Market, Paraka. Pick up 2 kilos of raw medium prawns for $35. Buy 2 cartons and get $10 off. And Coffin Bay oysters from $15 a dozen. SA King Prawns. Saturdays only in 15 Hewitson Road, Edinburgh North. Sundays only at the SA Farmers Market, Paraka.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future, to build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Live at Cooper Stadium, come on down the Reds. We're right on Manton Street outside of Gate 10, which is the members area. Come and say g'day. Have we got any tickets to give away? We'll find some. Fill the house.
I'll make some up.
Oh, Sam's going, no. Timmy, you're on the books.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Official.
Hey, getting the job done shouldn't involve a scavenger hunt. You deserve a one-stop shop when it comes to all things tools for tradies and us DIYers. It's all in the one place. Remember this name, please. The Toolkit Depot.
Yep, Toolkit Depot. Huge range of top brand power tools, equipment, safety gear and workwear. Now, they've also got you covered with specialist advice. That's to help you get the job done.
I wonder whether or not they can fix my shirt, Timmy. I've sat down and popped that middle button.
They could fix it.
They can.
Everything?
They'd have a tool for it.
That.
Don't wait. Kickstart spring with a Toolkit Depot. Visit any of the 5 Toolkit Depot stores. Here's where they are.
Yes.
Gawler, Parafield, Mile End, Melrose Park, Seafood. They're open 7 days a week. And if you can't get in, do this, because their delivery is exceptional. Just shop online.
That is correct. For more on the store locations and brands they stock, visit toolkitdepot.com.au. Toolkit Depot, everything you need to get the job done.
Dreaming of a new car? Make it happen at Solitaire Volkswagen. As South Australia's largest Volkswagen dealership, we have plenty of stock available now for immediate delivery with unbeatable deals on new and demonstrator vehicles. Now is the time to visit Solitaire Volkswagen at Hawthorn and Medindi, DL 65541.
Don't just send it, ace it.
If your current job is driving you bonkers, well, get outdoors and hit the road. Here's Chris from ASIC Couriers to tell you how.
Thanks, Rowey. ASIC Couriers is growing, and we need more drivers to keep our promise of perfect service. So if you want a career that'll take you places, get in touch with us at ASIC Couriers. Visit asiccouriers.com.au.
Don't just send it, ace it.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Eye healthcare, cataract surgery and glaucoma management are all health issues that can appear unexpectedly, and specialist treatment is often required. Western Eye Care at Western Hospital boasts 7 ophthalmic surgeons, on-site diagnostics, surgery options and a wide range of aftercare for all eye healthcare needs. For more information, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200. That's 8159 1200.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
20 minutes after 4, we're live down here at Highmarsh Stadium ahead of the season open for Adelaide United outside gate 10. So come down, say hi and get into the game this evening. It kicks off at 7:15. Lady Reds are about to start in about 10 minutes. We'll chat to their captain, Izzy Hodgson, in just a sec. But first, your traffic. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the production of South Australian copper is critical, and it's happening now at BHP at Olympic Dam.
G'day there at Woodville. Traffic lights out of action. Woodville Road at the railway line. In the city, got a crash, North Terrace near King William Street. Slow for works at West Highmarsh at the moment. Grange Road near Albemarle Street. Angled Lane out of action at Panorama. Goodwood Road near Jamestown Avenue. Speeds at 40. Look out for camera on the drive home to West Beach Road at West Beach. More great specials at Foodland. South Australian New Year season strawberries at 250 gram punnets. Buy 2 for $4.50. Hurry, ends today at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, well, you heard Sam just say that the Lady Reds are about to kick off. They too are playing Central Coast Mariners. Welcome back to the competition for them. We've got our captain right with us right here, right now, Isabel Hodgson. Welcome, Izzy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're not that well because you're out injured. So tell us about the ankle. How's it coming along? And,
it's coming.
And how long's it kept you out?
It's been 3 weeks so far. I started running this week, though, so I'm hoping that means I don't miss many more games because it's definitely hard to be on this side of the field, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's horrible when you're injured. What's been happening pre-season? How are we looking and how are we going to improve?
Yeah, we're looking really good. I think we've got a lot of new imports in who are scoring a lot of goals. Obviously, last week was a 4-4, so that's a lot of goals.
I saw that. Wow.
Unfortunately, we did let in 4, which I think is something we need to improve on. But, you know, it's a very new-looking team out there. We've got a couple of injuries, so the girls are doing great with what they have.
I was going to say, what's your intent more, Izzy? Is it to score or get a clean sheet?
Well, as a defender, it would be to keep a clean sheet, but you know, you don't lose games if you don't concede. But last year, I think we struggled to score goals, so I think that's a big focus of us this year is to score as many goals as we possibly can.
Give us some of the names of the people that are going to hit the back of the onion net for us, some of the newbies.
Yeah, well, I think Hannah Blake had a fantastic game last week. She's new, an import from New Zealand, and I think she had a fantastic game. I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And Mariah Lee, our American forward, she's rapid, she's fast, she gets in behind, so I'm putting money on both of them scoring today.
Okay, well, you'd know about Americans going to school over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She's fantastic, was in the college system, went to Stanford University, which is a great, huge university, so yeah, she's a great pickup for us.
She'd be a lawyer.
Oh, probably almost, yeah. Smarty pants.
What did you study over there?
I did a Bachelor of Arts.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah.
And was it Tennessee you went to?
Yeah, East Tennessee, yeah.
Cool. So that's down south?
Yeah.
Yeah, southish.
What was it like?
Yeah, it was great. It's very different from here. A bit of a country world down there, but it was fantastic.
What was the decision behind it, you know, to experience another country and study? Or
Yeah, I think a bit of both. I think my parents were very strong on me having an education as well as play football, just so I have something to fall back on, and I was playing for United at 17 and just went over.
So Tennessee's down south, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aren't they the real southerners? They wrestle alligators and that?
Yeah, it is a bit
I
southern.
like their bourbon.
And they pick
a
bit
bit
of cotton?
Whiskey, yeah. They are very southern, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Okay, well done. What a great experience. I wish
Oh,
I had done
absolutely.
that.
I watched the People's Club, the documentary,
yeah.
which was fantastic. 20 years of Adelaide United. Obviously, you guys are a big part of that as well, coming in. You yourself have been around the place for 10 years. I mean, I can't believe it. You probably think, wow, yeah, this is incredible. But you've been captain for the last 2. How much are you proud of what the documentary sort of brought out all together?
Yeah, I think it just showed like how amazing this club is and the community and the family that it kind of is. And like you said, I've been around here for a long time. I signed the first time when I was 17, and it wasn't professional back then. We weren't paid to play. It was just kind of something we loved to do. And to be now playing at Cooper's, fully professional and captaining the team is just like a dream come true, really.
Yeah, fantastic. When I was watching it too, you were very proud of the fact that the club got behind the first ever Pride game.
Yeah.
And you were able to lead that, and that would have been a great moment for you.
Oh, it was fantastic. I think being able to play here at Cooper's, having the first Pride round, kind of showing that we as a club stand for that and we're welcoming and stuff, just makes you feel more at home and, you know, want to be a part of such a great team.
Isn't it a shame that we say we've come a long way? We shouldn't have come a long way, should we?
It should have just been like this from the start.
Well, but it is a lot better. But what about the Matildas? The year they had, how good's that been for your sport? Can you feel it filtering through to the state league level?
I think so. I think a lot of people who maybe weren't very interested in women's football before are now quite interested. I think the Matilda's shown that women can play great football, and I hope that filters down to fans coming out and watching us here. And also, it's great to see all the young girls out there got role models to look up to now, and they're all signing up and playing, and they're coming out and watching, and they're getting signatures. And I think, you know, hopefully in 10 more years, Australia is even bigger in the football world.
Well, our Lady Reds will start in about 6 minutes' time. The lineup was way down Mountain Street to get in, and there were a lot of little girl teams, weren't they? The little cutest little buttons, about 5 or 6 years old, with their knee pads right up to their hips.
Yeah, the shin pads.
Oh, sorry, their shin pads.
They're ready to go on. They're like, put me on the field.
But it has transcended, which is great. What I'm very proud of our Adelaide United men are, and we were talking about Nestoriya and Kunda, I can go on and on, Awa Mabil, there's been heaps of them. The women are the same. We seem to, in Adelaide, develop great local talent that can go on and play nationally.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big thing Adelaide United prides themselves on, is giving that contract to a South Australian player first and investing in them. And if you look at our women's team, we've got 6 to 7 of us have been playing together since we were 12, and we've invested into those same players. And, you know, in South Australians, Alex Chidiac and Charlie Grant in the Matildas.
Correct.
So, you know, it does work if you put the time and effort into those South Australian kids, and they can go big places.
Hey, Central Coast Mariners, can you give me the background of why they went out of the comp?
I actually don't know.
That's
it was a long time.
unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to see that they're back. I think it's
Well,
really
evens up to 12 teams, which is good.
I think it's great to see every men's team have a women's team and vice versa. So, obviously, they've only had one game this year, so they're very new, and it's really hard to know what to expect in this game. But I'm excited to see what they can do.
And the double headers, do you like those?
I do, yeah. I think, well, it gives us opportunity to play at Coopers, which we all want to do. And I think it's a great opportunity for people who maybe wouldn't come to a women's game to come in a little bit earlier and see what we can do.
And I think the beauty of it too is it gives you back that whole club feel.
Yeah.
Like it's match day.
Yeah, we're one team here.
Correct.
Yeah,
that mentality.
Yeah,
I love
think that's about what the documentary is kind of saying as well. Like, we are a family and one team here. So I think the more double headers, the more you can get around both teams, the better.
Now look after that ankle, Izzy.
Thank
Was
you.
it a syndesmosis? It was a little twisty. How'd you do it?
Yeah, I just blocked a shot and landed funny, and bit of a 3rd grade tear in the ligament, which is a bit nasty and hard to get back from, but...
Weren't you a winger? What are you back to? Are you central back now, are you?
Fullback,
Fullback.
On the side of the field anywhere is fine by me. I just like to run up and down.
Oh, well done. Well, look after that ankle. Well done. We're very proud of our Lady Reds. Let's hope we get a good start in a couple of minutes' time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys.
Well done.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA Breakfast.
National health bodies, including the AMA, want alcohol producers to print warning labels on beer and wine, similar to those on cigarette packs.
Here we go.
Who's this aimed at too? Younger people don't drink that much.
Informing Adelaide.
49 years since alcohol consumption peaked in Australia. It was 1974. We've fallen away consistently ever since. Never drunk less.
Conversely, our capacity for paranoia and treating adults like babies rises in the opposite direction.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
There's one time of year to get Adelaide's best appliance prices, and that time is right now. Spartan Appliances' once-a-year renovator sale is Adelaide's biggest appliance sale. Get $1,000 off Smeg Portofino and Victoria cookers, and up to $500 off Smeg Diamond dishwashers. 7 days of store-wide savings across Spartan's entire range of big brand appliances. You won't get better prices anywhere else. Shop local. Shop Spartan's once-a-year renovator sale. On now. Campbelltown and Torrenceville.
Oceania Cruises 2025 collection is now on sale with Phil Hoffman Travel. Discover unique destinations across the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, South Pacific, New England, Alaska and more, with over 100 new itineraries, including 48 grand voyages. Experience Oceania Cruises small ship luxury with expertly curated experiences. Book now for up to 10% early bird savings and 50% reduced deposits until November 30. Phil Hoffman Travel, pht.com.au.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A man has been arrested following a deliberately lit house fire at Bowden this morning. 8 people have been injured after a skydiving plane crashed during takeoff at Barwon Heads Airport. A review has found China's 99-year lease over the port of Darwin does not pose a security risk. And in sport, Nonconformist has been scratched from tomorrow's Caulfield Cup after Racing Victoria's vets identified lameness. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Crash at Jebs Cross to look out for Grand Junction Road near Port Wakefield Road in the city. Another collision, North Terrace near King William Street. And lights on the flash at Woodville today. Woodville right at the railway line. Busy at the moment for works at Leewood Gardens. The freeway in Mount Barker Road speeds at 40 and a camera. Tapley's Hill Road at Benelg North. Killers of the Flower Moon is the epic new film directed by Martin Scorsese. Don't miss Killers of the Flower Moon starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in cinemas now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy tonight down to 12, a morning shower or two tomorrow 18. Right now it is 19. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
You might think having thousands of POWs is excessive, but that's not what the team at Parafield Airport Liquor Store think, because that's how many they have. Sure, they might be made up of over 200 gins, 300 craft beers, 500 whiskies from around the world, and over 2,000 wines. But they're some of the best POWs you can have, and they're always looking for more. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. POWs, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Oh, this is outstanding. Experience the great outdoors in absolute class and style in a new My Dream RV caravan from Destiny RVSA. If you haven't been out there, oh boy, you'll fall in love.
Yeah, the good people at Destiny RVSA are excited to showcase the full range of the show-stopping My Dream RV caravans. Now, these vans are like nothing you've ever seen before. They're full of off-road too, aerodynamically designed to carve through the freeway wind resistance. In fact, they're a dream to tow, and that's important. That's why they're the Caravan of the Year 2023 finalists.
Won't even know it's behind you. There
Yes.
you are. My Dream RV Caravans, remember it, My Dream RV Caravans are exclusive to Destiny RVSA, and right now you can take advantage of some fantastic introductory offers, maybe never repeated. So
Well,
get in there this weekend.
You only get one chance to be an introductory offer, and this is
There
it.
you go.
Don't miss your
There you
opportunity to live a dream come true in My Dream RV Caravan, exclusive to Destiny RVSA. Call in and see the full range from cruisers to off-road today. Now, you'll find them on Northeast Road, Valley View, or jump online at destinyrvsa.com.au.
The T2D project is the biggest road project our state has ever undertaken. It will change the way South Australians live, move and connect. We're shaping the future of South Australia. Learn more at t2d.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
27 minutes to 5, live down here outside Highmarsh Stadium, Coopers Stadium, Gate 10 on Manton Street. If you want to come by, say hello. Big game for the season opener of the A-League. Warren Treadrow to join us after 5 o'clock. And Timmy, our Redbacks, we spoke about how well they were travelling at Adelaide Oval. What's happened?
Well, they were 36 overs, I think, 4 for 179, 39 overs, 8 for 188, 4 wickets, bang, 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 bang.
Oh, so I suppose it's my fault.
It's all your fault. All your fault.
Oh, did I play Can You Feel It?
Well,
did
you
we
would have
cue the
said
thunderclouds?
You would have if we were in the studio. You would.
I think I might. Yeah, that's true. I may or may not have said, well, Jack Lehman's there, we're not going too badly.
Yeah.
But since that, he was out for 5. Nathan McSweeney got robbed. Ben Menenti, I said, was not bad. Nathan McAndrew got a duck. We're saying got a duck. Oh, my God.
Oh, dear. Bad luck to the Redbacks. Unless a miracle, we might be doomed there. Let's get to our next guest from the Adelaide 36ers. Thanks to ACET Transport Solutions, who need more drivers for a career that'll take you places. Speak to ACET Transport Solutions.
Well, our mighty 36ers, I think they got whacked last night by South East Melbourne Phoenix. We lost by 17 points. Joining us is our coach, CJ Bruton. CJ, welcome. What happened?
Yeah, again, another slow start from us, which was quite disappointed with obviously the injection of BJ in our lineup. I think as the game sort of progressed, the urgency to sprint back and do some of the little things defensively, we were in good in the area where we were like second in the league. So, and I think that contributes, as you know, both ends of the floor make a big difference offensively. I feel we had some pretty good looks early, and then we had a patch there again where we don't score. We've had a touch where it's about 5 minutes, we find it very hard to put the ball in the bucket. We've turning it over, or we're chasing our tails and giving them a few points that they shouldn't get that easy.
Okay. I went 5 p.m. at the Entertainment Centre and watched us beat Melbourne last Saturday, and I was bloody wrapped with that. We just looked a totally different team. Yeah, but we just looked a totally different team last night, didn't we?
Yeah, again, adding, it's not an excuse. It's when you add a player, inject some offense into our group. But again, the understanding of where everyone needs to be, the vocal, the communication, the commitment, the effort, all the things that every sports team wants to be successful at, you need to continue to do that. I thought our group, I think I did more yelling than they did from the sideline to get them to understand what the actions that were coming, which we went over for a few days. So it was kind of disappointing to not hear that. They said, some of the guys said they couldn't hear it, other guys said they could. Surely the bigger the crowd, the more noise there is. So, and I like to think that, again, it's things that game's past, and I can dwell on the past and say how poor we are, but the fact is that we play the Perth Wildcats tomorrow, and the areas that we need to be good at, because we need to be better than that, and we also have to get us to a better start as well.
Yeah, CJ, I'm hearing you, and a lot of the things you've already pointed out, I think were really prevalent in the second quarter. That was the one that really hurt us, wasn't it?
Well, actually, I've been watching that game. The second quarter, it was 3 minutes left, and it's 40-44. So it wasn't like it was dressed. I think the first quarter, 28 points. I mean, that's a lot in the first quarter. But you know, to be at halftime and to have such a, you know, the score is 42-54. Like just the last 3 minutes. I thought it was 5, but it's probably the last 3 that really got away from us. We drove to the basket, lost the ball a couple of times. Key turnovers, which led to buckets for them at the other end, which again puts pressure on your defense and, you know, the mood and the morale of the group. So managing the little gaps and keeping them short, but also making sure that we can keep the scoreboard ticking over for us as well.
Yeah, DJ Fazilovic, I know his first game, but gee, I think he showed what sort of an impact he will be able to have for us. Yeah,
I mean, DJ's amazing. I think the more he gets comfortable, not only in the stadium but with the players and wearing the jersey, I think he's only going to get better and better. And I think he's not waiting. You know, he's a player that has that demeanour, that swag that I like to say, that will always come in and be ready to come out blazing and put the pressure on the defense. And continue to help us grow in that area, and also on the defensive end, and continue to fight and show that toughness and that grit that you need to have to play elite basketball.
You confident we can get better, starting with this Saturday against Wildcats?
I am. I felt like from the preseason on, we've got better each and every game, and I know that it was a debacle and it wasn't ideal in some of the situations that have come up. Like I can't go back and only go forward, but each day, each game, making improvements, and our defense has made that. And while our record doesn't say that we're not that team on defense, like it was our offense, I think that has been stagnant. And clearly, as I said, both sides of the ball play a big part. Shots that you take lead to 100 points. You know, the defense, if you turn the ball over, is going to lead to 100 points. You know, like if you look after the ball and you get it from side to side, if you set picks. If you roll hard, if you look stagnant on offense and you don't run hard, then you're not running back hard, and then you're giving up certain things. Like that effort to, as you've seen in the past, if you're diving for loose balls and you have that hunger and that grit to go and get the ball and want it more, clearly it's exciting for any sport. And I think we need to own that, hold that, and show that definitely tomorrow night.
Yeah. DJ will take time to settle in, no question. He's a great pickup, and well done to the organisation for getting him. Do you have the roster that can take us into the finals now, or will you still try and find that import spot?
That's a question that I'm not willing to answer that one just yet. I know that we've had a small sample size, but we play played over 5 games ago, coming up 6, so you sort of know what you need. Clearly, there's still stuff that we need to get better at, for sure, with this group, as everyone's identified and seen on display. I like to think that there is something that we need, because clearly if you're going to win in this competition, as I've talked about, all the stuff that I've just talked about, you need that on a consistent basis. And if you get that out of 6 guys, or 7 guys, or 8 guys is what I'm looking at, and clearly I've got 12. And so there's going to be a lot of guys that don't play, and while I've given everyone an opportunity to see what they're capable of doing, it sort of puts the team at unease of, is that me, is that not me, where doing your role and playing style in your role, maybe in practice getting better, maybe understanding the stuff, just improving, like the margin of error gets shorter and shorter, and the improvements need to be for longer patches. So clearly this upcoming game is a big game. Really, it's a grand final, and if we go out there with that mentality and play like that, as everyone says, it keeps the Wolves away. But for me, it's like that was what's supposed to happen anyway. So I'm going to go over that. As I said, I'm going over the game, and we do our game plan. It's making sure that everyone understands that and brings that to the forefront, so we want to get off to a great start and continue to roll throughout the game, and make sure that those patches are very, very limited, if any.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for the Wildcats Saturday night. I'll be there, 7:30 tip-off. It's at home. They're one of our arch rivals. You mentioned a word there, keeping the Wolves away. You sound like you're feeling the pressure, CJ.
No, I'm not. I'm here to do my job. As I told you, that I know that, well, from you on the radio to the people talk. That's what the world has. Right? Like, I can sit at home and watch my TV and say whatever. Unless you're in and you see it every day, I know what I'm doing in these trenches with these guys. Yeah, things sometimes come out the way that they are, rotations and things, to how they're playing, to get them to lift and play a certain brand that you inspire them to want to play and be a part of. Some things go your way, some things don't. But my job is to make sure to take it one day at a time and make sure that they're ready for their task at hand, and they need to deliver as a pro athlete, as you know, come prepared to be ready. Put your hard hat on and be excited about your job and go and deliver and have fun doing it.
Absolutely. CJ, we believe in you, mate. All the best, and can't wait for Saturday night.
Thank you.
Good work. Good work. We weren't good against Melbourne Phoenix, but that's okay. Illawarra was the team. I think I might have said Melbourne in the opener. I was there. 5 p.m. was fantastic. Trenton Flowers, we've seen the magic of him. 5 swooshes from 5, 18 points in 10 minutes. It's all there. DJ will take time to settle in. Now, I'm not trying to polish a you-know-what. It's not a you-know-what. Rhymes with Eartha Kitt.
Yep.
This is a very good team that's very well coached, that's well prepared, that will fight back. And they will, Saturday at 7:30. I tell you, they'll put their big man pants on and they'll put their hard hat on, like CJ said. If you haven't got your ticket, line up and get in, because that'll be an absolute belter Saturday night.
I think they have to take this do-or-die type attitude.
Well, that's what he said. It's like a final.
I know, because for mine...
It's only the 6th game, Timmy.
I watched Will Cummings walk through our defence. I saw Mitch Creek just having 3-point shots with nobody getting up into his face. It was like a very lacklustre performance that just allowed the opposition to do what it wanted to.
Mitch Creek should have had a target on his head every time we play that bloke.
Mate, absolutely.
Knock him out.
Put him in the stands.
Put him in the stands.
And set the tone.
Timmy.
Didn't do it.
No, they didn't.
You're spot on, Tim. And Peter Hooley said in the coverage last night, defence wins championships in the NBL. He's been saying it for years, and it has always been the case. So
we
can't
big
leak
holes.
100 points.
We had big holes.
Well, we had 11 assists, but 12 turnovers. Now, Sunday Dead.
Well, 11 assists to 21 for the opposition.
Well, there you go.
12 turnovers to 6.
There you go.
That's the game right there.
Right there.
That's
Put down
the
the
margin.
glasses. Yeah, don't worry about paying cashies for that one.
No.
That's just right in your face. But hey, love the Sixers.
Yeah.
Fill the stadium, because when they rock and roll, and they'll beat the Wildcats.
Well, the people are doing
You watch them beat Wildcats Saturday night.
They've hit a club record 6,000 members.
Amazing.
Love
so
it.
off field,
Love them.
They've got everything.
Yep.
Needed on the court.
Yep, they're a little wobbly, Perth, so let's hope for the best. ACET Transport Solutions need more drivers, so for a career that'll take your places, speak to ACET Transport Solutions. They bring us CJ Bruton. We're going to cross to India next. Dan Cherney is over there for Australia and Pakistan tonight. Big game in the World Cup. Very much must win as well for our Australians. We'll do that after we check the traffic. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the production of South Australian copper is critical, and it's happening now at BHP at Olympic Dam.
A couple of things to look out for on the drive home, including a crash in the city, North Terrace near King William Street, and got traffic lights on the blink at Woodville Road at the railway line. A couple of busy spots on the way home, Glen Osmond Road at Glen Osmond. Also got a few things to look out for, Marion Road at Anzac Highway's quite busy. And we've got cameras, Cudmore Terrace, Henley Beach and Hawthorne Road at Echunga. The biggest road project our state has ever undertaken, the T2D project, will change the way South Australians live, move and connect. Learn more at t2d.sa.gov.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. He was a legend at both the Blues and the Bombers, and more recently called the shots in the Adelaide coach's box. Now, Scott Camperreale joins Rowey and Timmy G each Tuesday on the 5AA Sports Show, thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. Greatness in the making.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. The Kluger 7-seat SUV with a brand new, sophisticated design and powerful on-road stance. Your choice of an economical and powerful all-wheel drive hybrid engine or improved 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine, plus Toyota's latest safety technology designed to support safe driving. This 7-seater has flexible cargo space thanks to the folding second and third rows. Take a test drive of the new Kluger today at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park, proudly celebrating 21 years of great deals.
Don't just send it, ace it.
If your current job is driving you bonkers, well, get outdoors and hit the road. Here's Chris from ASIC Couriers to tell you how.
Thanks, Rowey. ASIC Couriers is growing, and we need more drivers to keep our promise of perfect service. So if you want a career that'll take you places, get in touch with us at ASIC Couriers. Visit asiccouriers.com.au.
Don't just send it, ace it.
Now, Rowey, the other day, I went out to Colonnades and saw a lovely group of people at Focus Home Improvements. I was out there to meet Cheryl and Dave, and along came Phil, along came Mark. I had a slips cordon at one stage of Focus Home Improvement people. It was amazing. We had a great chat there, and I was asking questions about, how do you go about actually implementing all the products that you do, because you've got quite a range here. And we started talking about the tradespeople. And Cheryl said, well, I'm telling you, I know who they are because we've had them underneath our banner for that long that we've got brilliant tradespeople. And she said to me, look, a happy tradesperson is a great tradesperson. And the trade team at Focus Home Improvements are the happiest in town. Cheryl and Dave told me that.
I've been out and seen them as well. They're just looking at a roof restoration, or there's gutters, or there's roller shutters, or outdoor blinds.
Indoor blinds,
you
everything.
want absolute satisfaction. You really have to see the incredible team at Focus Home Improvements for a competitive price, quality Australian materials, and just outstanding workmanship.
Absolutely. And I walked through the Colonnades and there's a shop inside Colonnades right there. It's brilliant. You can go and have a look at everything they do. And if you want your roller shutters or outdoor blinds installed before Christmas, you better act now. Now, this is really important because it's going to be on. We're going to have a hot summer. This is what you want, these sort of products, because for a limited time, Focus Home Improvements is offering free installation.
No.
Free.
No.
Can you believe it?
No, I do now.
You do now.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
I do, because
Merry
Cheryl
Christmas.
and Dave are the team. To arrange a free, no-obligation quote, visit focushomeimprovements.com.au or call in and see Cheryl and Dave at the Focus showroom inside the Colonnade Shopping Centre.
Before it's with the chef, before it's on your plate, before it's on your lips, that sensational cut of beef, lamb, pork or poultry was in the hands of a great butcher. My Butcher, feeding 250,000 South Australians every week. The pleasure's all theirs, and luckily, they're all ours. 100% locally owned and operated since 1999. My Butcher, meat with care.
Reimagine your home, elevate your life at 88 O'Connell Luxury Apartments. There's 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments now selling from $1.2 million. 88 O'Connell is redefining residential luxury with amenities never seen before in Adelaide. From a New York-inspired sky deck, Mercato fresh produce market, wine bar, integrated wellness studios, sauna, pools and allied healthcare. To learn more, visit our display suite or inquire at 88o'connell.com.
Okay, time to sleep. Let's go. Oh, did I reply to John's email? Oh my god, I didn't. I'm the worst. That reminds me, bin night tomorrow. Maybe I'll take
Blackmore's new Deep Sleep helps calm the mind and supports deep and restful sleep. Blackmore's. Good health changes everything.
Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
10 to 5 live at Hindmarsh Stadium. Treaders to join us after 5 o'clock. And if you want to win yourself a double pass to the Club Marine SA Boat and Fishing Show and 4-Drive Adventure Show, which is coming up on the 27th to 29th of October at the Showgrounds, 8223 0055. Call in now, it's all yours.
Well, the ICC World Cup is underway. We know that. Australia have had a slow start. They got the one win the other night against Sri Lanka. We'll take on Pakistan tonight at 7 p.m. And we've got our good friend Dan Cherney on the line. G'day, Dan from Code Sports. How are you, mate?
G'day, Rowey and Tim. Good to be with you.
Hey, mate, this game tonight, it's such... I know we're on the razor's edge as far as having to perform and having to win, but they're no easy beats, are they, the Pakistan team?
Oh, no, far from it. I mean, I think in footy parlance, it's a classic 8-pointer. Both sides sort of fighting probably for one of those lowest spots in the top 4, with India and New Zealand both having shipped away to unbeaten starts to the tournament. England and South Africa both having upset losses in the last week has helped Australia's cause after those 2 losses and start the campaign. And clearly that win over Sri Lanka is a big one. But no, Pakistan are a very good side. They entered this tournament in pretty good form, and now they're going to take some beating.
How's the form of Rizwan at the moment? I've just had a look at his scores. 131, 68, 49. I mean, he is seeing them like beach balls.
No, he is. I mean, he's a class player, has been for a long time, and he does loom as the key wicket there for Pakistan. But that's Babar Azam hasn't had a great tournament, and he's their superstar. But then when you got to play like Rizwan as a sort of the second banana, you got guys like Shafiq and Imam Al-Haq. They've got plenty of class up there in their batting lineup. They're probably not the quickest scoring side. They maybe lack the absolute firepower of South Africa or in England, but no, they've got a lot of guys who can make big runs, and we saw Rizwan do that against Sri Lanka in that world record chase, or that World Cup record chase about a week ago.
Bangalore looks like a batting paradise, they're saying to us. Win the toss, what do? You bat? I mean, sometimes we can be too cute by half with winning tosses, aren't we?
Yeah, Rowey, look, they sort of haven't been able to quite figure out their plan with the tosses. And look, it is tough because conditions do vary around India.
Okay.
And sometimes the dew is a factor and sometimes it isn't. But no, I'd be batting, I think, for several reasons. One of which is the fact that when you look at Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, they're both more just make runs type of batters. They're not great situational players, so to speak. Like, they're not the Michael Bevan, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni, figure out a chase sort of players. I think you want them just going out there and making as many runs as you can get, and then hoping Australia can defend a total under lights, with this pitch probably slowing down a bit and potentially offering something for Adam Zampa and Glenn Maxwell, the spinners.
Any sightings of Travis Head yet?
No, I know you're keeping a very close eye on it over there in South Australia, but no, they're due to meet up with him in Delhi on Sunday, so he's very close. He could be available for the game against the Netherlands, which is on Wednesday in Delhi, and if not, I think it'll be against New Zealand in Dharamshala a few days later. So he's pretty close, and he's a crucial player here, both with bat and ball. I think we've seen Australia probably lack a bit in terms of spin options, and the fact that he can offer that third spinning option as an Aussie really helps as well.
And Stoinis and Marsh just
fire up.
Need one of them to
fire
click
the hell up
and go, because both of them can rip a opponent apart, can't they?
Oh, for sure. Look, Marsh had entered this tournament in pretty good form, and he had obviously a cracking second half of the Ashes series after he came in for Cameron Green there in the third test, and then was very good leading the side in South Africa in those T20s. Missed out the first couple of games, but then made a commanding 50 before getting run out against Sri Lanka, but he looked in really imposing touch. He was just whacking them everywhere. Just that sheer strength and both sides of the ground. And Stoinis, look, to me, Stoinis is a bit of a square peg in a round hole on this side at the moment, just because he's not bowling that much. He's coming in at 7 in that finisher role alongside Glenn Maxwell. And look, he batted pretty well the other night from maybe 20 off 10 balls to finish it off and get a bit of net run rate. But I think it's a really important next couple of games for him because I think he could be a bit vulnerable when Head comes back. They may wish to may choose to play Head and Marnus in the same 11, and I think Stoinis could be vulnerable because he's not bowling that much, as I mentioned.
No, fair enough. Thanks very much for the coverage, mate. Really appreciate it, and let's hope Australia get another win under their belt.
No worries, guys. Have a good night.
Good on you, Dan Cherney there from Code Sport. There's a bit of a rearguard action, boys. Strap yourselves in. 8 for 230. We need 62 off 33 balls. And young man Henry Thornton has got the long bat willow, is that what you say?
The long handle.
The long handle.
Yep.
He's taking the long handle to him.
From number 10.
Could we?
Gee whiz.
Wow.
Could we?
Good on you, Henry.
Hello, Ange. We could.
Yeah, potentially.
Settle down. We're talking about the Redbacks, boys. Calm down.
Fair call. Ange, you've got me. Fair call.
Boys, now, I just listened to CJ Bruton. Was he coaching a different game to I was watching last night? I know you guys can't say a lot, but young Flowers smashed it the week before. Got, 6 minutes last night?
15.
Every 15, was it? Okay, well, it felt like 6 because you never saw him. Now, Mitch Creek always comes over here. When we play him, he always gives us a bath on his own all the time, yet we don't change any system. We're the probably least defensive side. That's why I'm about bringing DJ back out of retirement because he's been training at St. Clair. I don't know if you heard the thing last night. Guys, what is wrong? How can you be so up after the dismal performance we had last night? We were terrible.
Oh, it was awful. It was, especially when, against Illawarra we saw, what little Trenton Flowers can do. I want to know what they're doing. Who does the rotations? I didn't ask CJ that. Who's organising the rotations on who has game time and when they make them and when there must be someone on the bench whose job's to do that.
Are they sharing it around too much?
Well, I think whoever's job that is, they're not doing it. I don't know.
What do you do, tighten it up?
Well, I don't know, but players come off and they think, well, leave him on, he's hot.
Yeah.
Players go on and they think, well, God, he's done nothing. Yeah. What are they doing with Isaac Humphries? He needs to... Oh, look, I love the lad. But, God, Isaac, fire the hell up.
One shot last night.
One
from 15
shot.
minutes.
Get aggressive.
He's your tall.
And see,
he's your big man.
The thing about that is you're trying to play too many. I think you go back to sort of the 8 and just get that done. I mean, we're talking 10-minute quarters now. 4 of them. Mate, you do that and blow out a candle, no problems.
Yeah, they go for about an hour.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going up and down the court for that time.
Look, they were
40
disappointing.
minutes.
I have enough faith in the roster. I have enough faith in CJ. But they'd want to show it Saturday night. Oh, my God, because CJ said it, not me. The dogs are barking. Yeah, they are. Yep. Woof, bloody woof.
You don't want to go 1-6, but it is hard for the fans at the moment. We'd love your calls. Keep them coming in. 8223 0000. 2 minutes to 5. News time. Treaders coming up next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's easy to get behind the wheel of a new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen right now. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. All you need to do is head to the showroom on Salisbury Highway. Check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now, and then pick your favourite. How easy is that? All stock is ready for immediate delivery, with easy finance options available. And remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Oh, that's awful news, Jen.
What?
Jack said the builders hit rock when they were digging your foundations.
Oh, that's fine.
Really? Must be expensive, all that extra work.
Not for us. We're with Rossdale. Their absolute fixed price contract guarantees no builder variations. So only we can change the price.
Seriously? That's amazing.
Yeah. That's why we chose them. No stress and only nice surprises.
Nothing's as strong as Rossdale Homes' absolute fixed price contract. Rossdale Homes, because trust is a must. T's apply.
In tough times, it's the simple things that make a big difference. Like $17 schnitzel days at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. We know the humble schnitty can't fix all our problems, but we do know it'll put a smile on your dial. $17 schnitties Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. Making the world a better place. One schnitty at a time. Got to start somewhere. You just know it's a Barreau hotel.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a morning shower or two tomorrow, 18. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens repair it on the spot. $99. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
The Prime Minister has ruled out a trip to Israel as maintains Labor has a united position on the Middle East conflict. Michael Packy has more.
The escalating war between Israel and terrorist group Hamas will be among the issues to dominate Anthony Albanese's trip to the US next week. The opposition is urging the PM to stop over in Tel Aviv to show solidarity with the people of Israel. Mr Albanese says he's receiving constant briefings on the conflict and such a trip is not realistic at this time.
I have no plans to visit the Middle East.
The Prime Minister is also under pressure to rein in two senior colleagues who claim Palestinians are being collectively punished for the actions of Hamas. The opposition's Angus Taylor argues the comments are out of line.
He should condemn that.
Mr Albanese maintains Labor supports Israel's right to defend itself, but innocent lives must be spared.
5 vacuum-packed blocks of cocaine weighing approximately 1 kilo each have been seized during a traffic stop. The discovery made at Tailem Bend, preventing at least 5,000 cocaine deals hitting the streets. A 32-year-old man from Mawson Lakes was arrested and charged and has fronted court today. In Victoria, 8 people have been injured after a skydiving plane crashed during takeoff at Barwon Heads Airport. 17 people were on board the aircraft when it lost power. Hundreds of people attended a funeral service at Red Hill today for a father and son killed in a light plane crash. 50-year-old Ben Mumford and 24-year-old Charlie were remembered as dedicated and hard-working pillars of their family. The pair were killed earlier this month when their Cessna came down. Their funeral service was held in its entirety at the Red Hill Football Oval. The federal government will not scrap China's lease over the port of Darwin, just weeks out from the Prime Minister's trip to Beijing. Anthony Albanese has been trying to stabilise the relationship with China over the past year. A review into the 99-year lease has found it does not pose a security risk. But Director of Strategic Analysis Australia, Michael Shoebridge, says the government is being naive.
I think this is a deeper problem than just a transactional deal. I think it's an approach to the China relationship where our silence and us not making waves buys that ministerial and prime ministerial contact.
And there's now a street on Long Island named after Billy Joel. You can find Billy Joel Way in the town of Oyster Bay, where he lived for a while as a child. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Redbacks are staring down the barrel of defeat in their Marsh Cup match against New South Wales. They're 9 for 242, needing 50 runs from 24 balls. Well, Australia's one-day World Cup campaign continues tonight against Pakistan. Alex Riddell has more.
Australia is expected to take an unchanged lineup into tonight's clash. Cummins says everyone is fit and healthy, with Adam Zampa continuing to recover from a back spasm, but Cummins doesn't expect it to be an issue. The tournament has seen Josh Inglis replace wicketkeeper Alex Carey, and Cummins says it shows just how strong the team is.
I feel really lucky that we got someone like Alex Carey in the squad who can't find his way into the 11. It's the sign of a pretty strong squad.
Australia has recorded 1 win and 2 losses at the World Cup and face the prospect of having to win 5 of their remaining 6 group stage matches to reach the semi-finals. Meantime, Cummins and Marnus Labuschagne have both signed 3-year contracts with Cricket Australia. Several players have signed 2-year deals, including Travis Head, Steve Smith and Mitchell Starc.
Adelaide United is kicking off their season tonight against reigning champions the Central Coast Mariners. After a disappointing season, the Western Bulldogs have appointed Matthew Egan in a newly created role as the club's coaching and performance manager. And Athletics Australia has a new president, Olympian and Commonwealth champion Jane Fleming. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Crash to look out for on the drive home at Jeff's Cross, Green Junction Road near Port Wakefield Road. Crash in the city as well, North Terrace near King William Street. And got lights on the blink at Woodville, still Woodville Road at the railway line. Busy at Dry Creek for work, Salisbury Highway near the Wingfield interchange, and slow at the moment South Road at Theberton. Got a camera 2 Junction Road at Littlehampton. Bunnings has your everyday paint essentials to help freshen up your home this weekend. Shop great value on a wide range of interior paint, rollers and accessories online or at your local Bunnings. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight down to 12, a morning shower or 2 tomorrow 18, Sunday partly cloudy 19, Monday mostly sunny up to 24. Right now it's 19. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, Eden Hills residents tell how they grabbed garden hoses to try and stop a huge grass fire from spreading to their homes. The new produce facility in Adelaide's north, how it will drive down our fruit and veg costs. Could we soon see health warning labels on beer and wine? And the new treatment helping doctors shrink common skin cancers. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
Greater Super is made easier with UniSuper, now awarded CanStar's most satisfied customers for 2023. With a top-rated app and convenient locations around Australia, UniSuper makes managing your super simply easier anywhere you go. All Australians can join in just minutes at unisuper.com.au. Look forward. Think great with UniSuper. Consider UniSuper's PDS and TMD on its website before making decisions.
The roller door doctor, this is Nurse Tracy.
Hello, hi. My husband managed to get it up this morning, but now I can't get it to go down again.
Sounds like you need automation. At the Roller Door Doctor, we can turn any garage door from manual to automatic.
Really?
Then you can get it up anytime, anywhere with an app on your phone.
The Roller Door Doctor, helping SA get it up for over 30 years. Contact the Roller Door Doctor for garage door repairs, service and installation. therollerdoordoctor.com.au.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, don't have it.
7 minutes after 5, welcome back. We are live at Highmarsh Stadium. It is a little cool and breezy where we are. We're outside Gate 10 ahead of Adelaide United season opener against Central Coast Mariners. Big game ahead. Coming up this hour, we're going to speak to the coach, Carl Viet, and their CEO, Nathan Cosmina, ahead of this big game. Brooke Tonin from the Crows AFLW side. Terry McAuliffe with some tips as well. Lots coming up, but it's time to welcome in Warren Gary Treadray.
Throws it up long. Goal square. Treadray!
Warren Treadray.
The Premiership Cup to the captain, Warren Treadray. Oh, Treadray! Party time!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, welcome, Warren. Thank you very much for coming down to Cooper Stadium for tonight's big game. Really appreciate it.
No worries, Tim.
You cold?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, he's
very nippy.
Well, it's just turned a little bit, so it'll still be great.
Harden up.
Great watching
That's
inside
a good call.
Cooper
I need
Stadium.
to.
Yeah. Our poor Tugger's not really producer. Mr. Intro Man, he's wearing shorts. Feel for him.
Yeah, he's a tough
Born
unit.
down south and he wears shorts.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
whinging about the cold.
Yeah.
Weakness.
Born in an igloo.
Yeah,
hey, mate, how would you be if you're part of the Melbourne Football Club at the moment trying to control things?
They're in damage control. I don't care what anyone says, and this has been coming since they won their flag.
You reckon?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and don't get me wrong, I love watching Melbourne play. Because they give you a bit of everything. They take it on. They've got great rucks. They've got great mids. Their forward line, unpredictable. I love their defence. May and Lever and Petty when he's down there. They were sensational, hence why they're... But look, this has been bubbling for quite some time. And I reckon
been bubbling?
Well, sadly, they're in self-destruction mode a little bit.
Over what?
Well, over everything off-field.
Okay. What are we talking? Illicit drugs? Are we talking
I'm not
behaviour?
I will go to the level of where I don't want to be sued. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking all that stuff.
Understandable.
So Glenn Bartlett, their former president, flagged some stuff, and there's a column going on in News Limited at the News Corp at the moment, right?
Mark
It says, Mark Robertson wrote it, where Glenn Bartlett has been effectively gone to the AFL saying, I need help with this, and it's gone nowhere, right? That's what his allegations are. He saw some issues that seriously needed addressing, right? He wanted to introduce a potential drug testing program of hair testing for senior managers in the club. So that's both on and off-field. Board, president, him, coach, footy manager, the whole lot.
And that's a good way of doing it. Well, we'll put our hand up. You can test us. If we are, well, then that means the players will can test you as well.
Well, the players are a part of their listed drug code anyway, and we'll get to that soon because one of their players has fallen foul, albeit round 23 and played in the finals. Don't get me started with that one.
Yeah.
But the coach has had some challenges, Simon Goodwin. Behaviour stuff's been questioned about him. He's been brought into this allegation. Clayton Oliver, we know, they signed a 7-year, $7 million extension, which hasn't yet started. Probably starts in a couple of weeks' time. Professionalism being questioned. Off-field issues being questioned. There's a video going around this afternoon of him damaging property. When he looked a lot younger, so I don't know when that happened.
That was years ago.
Yeah, there's allegations, too, of going around about whether or not he snapped a windscreen wiper in someone's car. All this stuff comes out, and we know there's a lot of mud that gets slung at these times. We've seen with Collingwood. Yeah. They're making an allegation of not a premiership player, but a player of significant note getting up to no good. They're saying it's not him. But it's just not a good look for your footy club when you put your best player, I think, Clayton Oliver. He's their best performed for the last 5 years.
Well, his record would
best clearance player in the comp when he's up and going. No one stops him.
Without a doubt.
But they put him up for trade, and I know the Crows are interested. That all came late. But why? Well, it's clearly off-field. It's not on-field issues. And this is the bit for me about people bang on about connection and culture, and I say crap. Why? Because when you're winning, it masks over everything.
Okay.
All right, so you can have some West Coast Eagles. Have a look. Melbourne, have a look. There's instances at every footy club.
You're not suggesting Melbourne's as bad as West Coast, are you?
No, I don't know.
Well, we don't know,
I don't know. Yep. But you'd suspect, and you'd hope not, because there's a lot of people's life was ruined at West Coast with what players got up to. So I sit back and go, when you go culture, that's great. But your culture's only as strong as everyone buying in. And no one is perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here on my high horse going, hey, life's perfect. There's a lot of challenges people face. Footballers are no different to the general public with what is available for social media and drugs and alcohol problems, depression problems, mental health, all that sort of stuff. But this is nothing new. And then you see the allegation that comes out where Joel Smith, their young forward, tested positive for cocaine out of competition. This is people go, oh, it's in-game, out-of-game. No, it's in competition or out of competition. So to understand how this works, he's tested positive on a Wednesday or Thursday before a Sunday game.
Okay.
What are you doing midweek? Aren't you recovering? Aren't you having carbohydrates and proteins so you're preparing well and ice baths? No, this player's getting on cocaine, and I don't want to highlight one player, but he's been caught. So that says to me if one's doing it, who else is doing it in the comp? He faces a 3-month suspension, a real slap with a dead cold fish in the off-season.
Yeah, that's rubbish, that.
That's absolute crap. This illicit drugs policy, I
It's
stood
12
up at
games,
the time
see what
as a
happens.
player. No pay, 12 games, see what happens.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I stood up as a captain at the time and said, this is a joke. When I was playing, there was a loophole where players could self-report after a big night and they'd only get a strike against their name and they'd go off for counselling.
Is that not still in action?
I think the loophole was significantly closed in. But you look at Willie Rialdi made a mistake, right? His mistake.
Marijuana.
Yeah, but and using Powerade instead of, I think by memory, instead of urine, he got 2 years. Now, if that's in competition and you get a cocaine strike within competition, which means, so if you're playing on a Sunday, Friday midnight, as soon as it kicks over to Saturday, day before the game, so 12:01, that's in competition. Out of competition during the week. But if that happened that he did it on a Friday and at 12:04 gets tested, which is unlikely, but 9 o'clock that morning at rehab, at training before you go your captain's run, you're facing 4 years.
So he was tested after the round 23 game, Melbourne v Hawthorn, and it was on Sunday, August 20. And
you know, clubs can target test.
Yeah.
So you can actually say,
Yeah,
I'm
you can
worried
lag 'em
about
in.
such and such.
Yeah. Yep.
Why don't you just target test this bloke?
Yeah, and you target test him what, during the week, or do you target test him within 24 hours of a game?
Within 24 hours of the game.
Yeah, and then you lose your player for 2 years. So is it in the club's interest
Yeah,
to
probably
target
not.
test, Rowey? I ask you that.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Probably
Trent,
not.
one of the things I've brought up with two people now, I haven't been able to get an answer, is why do you get a urine test result 7 weeks later? That is...
A negative or a positive?
Well, that positive.
No.
That's unfathomable.
I reckon someone's talking crap, Tim.
Oh, really?
Because when I've had a negative, I never had a positive. When I had a negative,
Good news.
you'd always get it, you get this letter. 3 weeks later. I was told if it's positive, they'll be ringing you. And to get a positive like him, you've got to have 2 samples tested.
A and B.
A and B. So you'd know within 48 hours of that being tested, you're positive, and then they'd then send your next one off.
That's what I would expect.
The competition and clubs have known about this since it was positive. I would suspect within the first week it happened, and then they let it play out. This is conveniently, for me, been dropped at this convenient time.
You brought up something, you brought up something that's, and again, let's be very careful. There's a shade of grey, and then there's getting sued. I'm just going to make a statement.
So you want to get sued?
No. But how complicit are clubs and the AFL to the knowledge of their players taking coke or anything that's illicit? In season, out of season, we talk about volcanic behaviour in the off season. I reckon they're complicit to the point is, A, there's a very, very soft illicit drug policy that's inverted commas called a welfare policy. So it favours the player, and I think
it favours education.
But it favours clubs and the player, because clubs don't want, and the AFL don't want, every Tom, Dick, and Harry star out
of the game.
They don't.
But what I will flag too, Rowey,
That's why I think it's soft.
But
the loophole is, I've got mental health. Once they do mental health, you don't even get a strike.
No. So there's
the loophole.
But the problem is, when this
ridiculous.
started, and I was a captain of a footy club, this was over and above other competitions that we're doing. So there's a lot of systems at that stage that didn't test out a competition. So if you're
I think
an
AFL
Olympic
players were the first.
Yeah. So if there was an Olympic athlete, the argument was, well, they go over and above. But the argument from everyone else is, if you can't do it half cock, you got to do it properly. But for me, this comes back to, this looks like sadly a club who's in some turmoil. And don't get me wrong, they've got some really good leadership, right?
So you're saying to me he's not the outrider?
Oh, he's clearly not.
Okay.
He's clearly not.
Well, we're drawing a long bow with that, aren't we? Or are we putting Oliver into the same kettle of fish?
No, I'm not there's enough around to suggest, and I'm not talking Oliver, to talk players in the AFL competition that it is a challenge.
Yes.
It's a problem for the game.
That's well said.
And there's a lot of people who would be a football manager or a list boss or whoever. They all know. We all knew the players at risk when we played with, didn't we? The blokes who, not drugs, but I'm taking, get up to no good or drink drive or do something silly. They're those blokes that didn't have the handbrake. These are the same players we're talking about. And there's a lot more money involved.
I didn't have a handbrake. I didn't take drugs. Yeah, I was a bit loose.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The loose blokes are the ones that are risk.
House. Yeah,
there's
that, and this is the challenge for the game. But the problem is the Melbourne Footy Club, it's no longer an off-field issue. It's now affecting a non-field issue.
So
because their best player, right, hasn't, for professionalism reasons or how he holds himself around the club, Clayton Oliver, I'm not talking anything else, but I'm talking about professionalism reasons, is not playing anywhere near as best as he could.
Yeah. So if we go back to Ben Cousins, what are we talking? 90s or early 2000s?
2000s.
Okay,
late
2000s.
90s,
so
early 2000s.
well, let's just say 20 years ago.
It is.
We haven't, as an industry and as a club and as a commission and as an organisation, learnt anything from that era.
Oh, they have.
No, we haven't.
We have.
Well, we've got a club that you're saying is no similar.
Yeah, and we've got 17 other clubs that look a lot better off. So my point is, we're all going to go through these challenges. When I say all, as a competition, there's going to be clubs going through these challenges.
So this is a byproduct of being an AFL player that you get $1 million a year.
Well, this is a
every now and then they're going to put the nose candy up. Well, what do they call it? Beer? What do they call it? Beer? What do they call Coke?
No.
Nose beer.
Well, my point is here.
That's just what happens, is it?
The AFL learnt a lot from the West Coast Eagles stuff. But if you read Mickey Warner's book, Boys Club, you'd suggest that the investigation back then only was post the issues they faced. So the challenges we're facing here as a game is no challenge that parents growing up kids outside of an AFL system are facing,
100%.
who go to the local pub or the nightclub late at night and find themselves with a few drinks and get themselves in trouble.
Yeah.
The fact that the AFL players live in more of a bubble with a lot of money suggests that this is going to be an ongoing issue for the game going forward.
So let's get tougher with it.
Well, I think you need to be getting tougher to a certain extent, right? Absolutely. And that's my point here is when you have success, it carries over. Some of those guys who can get you over the line are amazing, are the ones that also, when it falls apart, leaves you exposed.
We've always said, haven't we, Timmy, before we go to a break, footballers represent or mirror.
It's a reflection
Absolutely.
of society.
Reflection, that's the word, Timmy.
Yeah, spot on. Hey, Treaders, after the break, we'll just get you to analyse both Adelaide and
Please.
Port Adelaide from the draft that's just finished, and the trade that's just finished, moving into the draft. Before that, reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the production of South Australian copper is critical. It's happening now at BHP and Olympic Dam. Let's go to the traffic.
G'day there at Jeps Cross. Look out for a crash, Grand Junction Road near Port Wakefield Road. In the city, residual delays following a smash North Terrace near King William Street, and the lights are still on the flash, Woodville Road at the railway line. Busy at the moment at Leewood Gardens on the freeway near Mount Barker Road, speeds at 40 with cameras Hawthorne Road at Chunga and Hurling Drive at Mount Barker. Don't miss the Volvo Cars Adelaide 4-day demonstrator clearance. Ends tomorrow at 5 p.m. Now is the time to be in a Volvo. Visit Volvo Cars Adelaide today. DL 65541. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Experience the magic of Christmas with the National Pharmacy's Christmas Pageant, celebrating the official start of the festive season. All your favourite floats are set to hit the streets of Adelaide as Father Christmas rolls into town. It's the most magical day of the year, and you won't want to miss it as Adelaide comes to life with Christmas joy. The 2023 National Pharmacy's Christmas Pageant, Saturday, 4th of November, proudly supported by 1395. Adelaide's 5AA.
It's official, prawn season is here and SA King Prawns is the place to go for the freshest catch. When Tony, Heather and their crew aren't at sea, they're selling their delicious catch in the SA King Prawns store in Edinburgh North and SA Farmers Market, Paraka. Pick up 2 kilos of raw medium prawns for $35. Buy 2 cartons and get $10 off. And Coffin Bay oysters from $15 a dozen. SA King Prawns, Saturdays only in 15 Hewitson Road, Edinburgh North. Sundays only at the SA Farmers Market, Paraka.
Australia's largest indoor caravan showroom now has even more to explore. Come into Dave Benson Caravans to see the new range of Victory caravans, plus a huge selection of Essential, Highline, Network RV and Cub campers with new features and layouts. We have over 100 new and pre-loved vans and campers, all undercover and all ready for immediate delivery, so you can enjoy your next getaway straight away. See what's available at Dave Benson Caravans, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn, or online at daveBensonCaravans.com.au.
Now, Rowey, some houses, well, they're forced to hide behind a fence. Now, you spend your weekends making it look amazing, only to have it concealed. Now, with cast stone fence and gate, your beautiful home is enhanced by the fence. That's the difference. They make it part of the house. It looks brilliant, so the rest of the neighbourhood can see why you're so proud of your home.
Makes your house... What do they say? The frontage is important.
Oh, yeah. It's
the resale.
It's like the first impression.
Cast Stone is an SA company with a bold reputation for premium quality fences. You'll see their work on the streets of Adelaide's best postcodes.
Absolutely, because they are the quality fences that you can
there
possibly
you go.
get. Now, chances are you've seen their work already. You'll know when you see fine-looking heritage, traditional modern stone pillars. These suit solid walling. Now, tubular steel, cast aluminium, brush fencing, or timber slats, they can do the lot.
Okay, so don't hide your home. Enhance it with cased stone. That's cast stone.
Cast stone, correct.
What did I say, cased?
I don't know.
Cast stone. Be inspired by the gallery online at caststone.com.au or arrange a consultation.
Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 FE 128GB for $0 upfront when you connect to a new Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months. Ends November 1. Minimum cost $1,656. Not available with other offers. In-store only. Cancellation fees, terms and conditions apply. Harvey Norman. your premium Optus dealer.
How to be excellent at home. Pop off those shoes, put on those house pants, pop on the kettle or pop a bottle. Let's get comfy. And before you reach for the remote, reach for the Frederick Street finest. Will it be apricot and coconut slice, dark chocolate cranberries or spicy baked crackers? Look for Frederick Street finest in the fancy blue packet at your local Drake's supermarket. Be excellent anywhere with Frederick Street finest. Devoted to excellence.
IGA have low prices locked on a range of great Community Co products.
Like Community Co medium roast coffee, 57 gram, $3.80 each. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends January 8, 2024, while stocks last. Excludes IGA Express and Tasmania.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, it's 5:25 p.m. and some bad news. The Redbacks did go down by 33
Well, not
runs.
my fault. Don't look at me like that.
Well, there was a little bit of a... you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry I want to win.
I love how you blokes speak without actually getting an English word out.
Correct. It's a bit of yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it's a bit of that going on. Trent, as we asked you just before the break, give us a little bit of an insight, your thoughts on how both clubs treated trade period.
Well, I look at Adelaide, and I heard some of the commentary. Oh, yeah, we've failed. Who have we brought in? I think Double A put my comments up from last week, and Crows fans are teeing off. I thought, you're kidding yourself. What did you need? You had a crack at Oliver when he showed himself late. You didn't want to retain Dudo because you offered him 2 years.
Yep.
You got great compensation, and you get to go to the draft again.
Yeah, lost McAdam because he wanted to go.
Yeah, and he's not in your best team anyway.
No.
Sorry, but I think it's and so you get a first round pick and a second round pick to go with what you got.
10, 14 and 20's not bad.
Yeah, and you're sitting in a good spot, and then you get Burgess in for nothing. Well, I think it's good. Yeah, if you can get Clayton Oliver and or some of the others around, you go...
Harrison Petty and
Petty, but Petty was... They've been chasing Petty for a while. Port's interested in Petty too, but Melbourne are smart. I'm not giving him up yet. Maybe 12 months' time, if someone wants to offer something ridiculous, 12 months out from his free agency, he's still got 2 years on a contract.
Well, Crows did it this year.
Yeah, and it was three years out from a contract. Well, he's got 2 to go, so your best hope is next year.
Yeah, well, they wanted to go to the draft. Can I read this out? This was on our Rowey and Timmy G Twitter account. Tim! And it probably goes for you too, Treaders.
No, I said Tim.
Why do you think
Warren.
Port's trade period was so successful? You got 4 players from teams that didn't make the 8. 3 of them couldn't make the club's best 22. And this is Port's 5th year without a first-round pick. In 2 years' time, it'll be someone else's problem. Now, I'll correct that last little bit because in 2019, you picked Miles Bergman. 2020, you got Lockie Jones.
So that was wrong.
21, you got Josh Sin.
So it was really wrong.
So the last 2 years, you haven't. So
yeah.
So whoever said that tweet...
I must admit I'm nervous.
Okay.
Because I get what Port needed. They need defence. Ratugolea will help them. But I'm not sure he's the one-on-one player that they're hoping he'll be. But he can play into that role, and hopefully he'll develop with opportunity. So I don't mind that. I get the ruck support. Soldo, I like. He's a bash and crash ruckman like a Lysette whose body's in better shape.
Yeah.
But the only concern for me is they've got no picks. They're going to the draft with 1 pick. You used to have to go with a minimum 3. So, and there's no first-round pick next year. So that's my concern with all this. I get it. It's a now move. But with now moves, they either work or they don't work. And people will be held accountable for that, rightly or wrongly.
I made a comment that most players, if not all players that I see Port pick up, Ken Hinkley has a real art of making them play at their absolute optimum. And you go through them, and, you know, he bats pretty well. So if he can get the best out of these 4, well, that, you know.
Absolutely, it works. Yeah. But with these situations, you make tough calls, and you give up so many picks to get 4 players in, and you give up a Dersma, then with it, it's accountability. So they've gone all in, and good on them. I hope it comes off.
Yep.
Let's go to the phones. We've got Mark from Norwood on the line. G'day, Mark. Oh, Steve. Sorry, mate.
Steve.
How you going? Hello.
You're on.
Go on, Steve.
Thanks. Just a couple of points about the drug business you were talking about. I think it's a bit of a slap in the face where potentially you can just get a 3-month off-season ban. And I've made the point before. We're really quick to criticise, if the Chinese do something wrong or the Russians, blah, 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 and they get banned for 4 years. I mean, even in a lot of sports now, not only do you have testing while you're in season or while you're doing the Tour de France, but you have to nominate where you're going to be at certain times because the testers will need to see you. And if you don't turn up, then you're for the high jump. And there's no point in giving all these loopholes because no one will ever learn, a la the West Coast Eagles. And while this stuff's going on now, how can you say we learn anything from the West Coast Eagles debacle?
Steve, just be a bit careful with performance-enhancing drugs compared to an illicit drug policy.
Yeah, but
this is a
also
bloke that had a bit of coke.
Yeah, but also
he didn't inject himself with a growth steroid.
The AFL players need to tell their clubs where they are at any given time. So if
do.
you are going to go, hey, I don't know, I'm in Germany and I'm going to the beer drinking festival, or you go and have a look at the Berlin Wall, go see some history.
Yeah, well, every day James had to log in when he was a Crows
so
player.
that is applicable for
when he
players
was overseas, every day his itinerary and where he was, he had to be there.
Yeah.
So they're bloody strict.
All right, let's quickly get to Mark. Sorry, buddy. G'day, Mark.
Hey, yeah, good day, gentlemen. How you going? Hello?
Good, buddy. Go for it. Hello, Mark.
Hey,
Go for it, mate.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just about the...
Mark, talk, buddy.
I'm talking, Rowey. Rowey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we've got you, mate. What's your question? What do you want to talk about?
Right. Jeez, that was hard. Just quickly on the draft. This is just something really simple, but young Borlase is a rookie, yeah?
Yes.
Right. What's the wage for a rookie?
Oh, he's on 150, 200 maybe. He's an NGA rookie.
It's not that much, is it?
No.
Or whatever. What's your point?
Well, the fact is the Crows can't re-rookie.
No, that's the rules. You can't be rookie for 3 years. Yep.
Yeah. No. Can Port rookie him?
Of course they can.
Yeah, he'd go in as effectively a delisted free agent.
You know what? If Port wanted him, he'd have him by now. Wouldn't they? They've got no interest in him. They've just
they've got to work out how many list spots they've got. And they don't need another ruckman now, or a defender now.
No. All right, thanks, buddy.
Tretis, thanks for coming in, mate.
Well done,
really
Tretis.
appreciate it. Get inside and watch the Reds have a big victory in round one, mate. Good on you.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, we're going to go to a break. We got the headlines, I reckon, right next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Israeli troops have been told they will soon see Gaza from the inside as they prepare for a ground invasion. China will be allowed to continue operating the port of Darwin after a review found it doesn't pose a security concern. Almost 50% of Aussies have cut back on micro-treats like coffees amid the cost of living crisis. And in sport, the Redbacks have lost their Marsh Cup match against New South Wales by 33 runs. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
G'day, there a crash to look out for at Kilburn, Churchill Road near the shopping centre. Croydon Park, a crash there too, Torrens Road near Days Road, and another collision at Jeps Cross, Grand Junction Road near Port Wakefield Road. Lights on the blink at Woodville Road at the railway line, and cameras tonight, Ashwin Parade, Torrensville, and Airport Road at Brooklyn Park. Get more bite for your buck with the Subway Value Bites range, like Southern Style Chicken Bites from $4.50. Value never tasted so good at Subway. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast partly cloudy tonight down to 12, a morning shower or two tomorrow 18. Right now it is 19. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
Live cheaper with Cheapest Chips. Catalogue sale now on
Cheapest Chips.
Snack healthier with the huge Germania 25-litre air fryer, just $99. Save a huge $90. Upgrade your outdoor area with 30% off selected outdoor furniture. Plus, up to 50% off Adidas shoes and 20% off cat and dog beds. Earn points and get rewarded with Chippy Rewards. Check out the new catalogue out now. Live cheaper with Cheapest Chips, in-store or online.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Orthopaedic surgery is enhanced at Western Hospital by a well-established short-stay program focusing on returning you home following your joint replacement. A joint school is provided prior to surgery, led by experienced orthopaedic nurses and physiotherapists who support you during your journey toward a safe and often early return home. For more information about orthopaedic short stay surgery, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family owned and operated, because it's personal.
Now, I want you to focus. Imagine entertaining at home over Christmas. Imagine everyone loving your stunning outdoor blinds or roller shutters. Now, imagine what will happen if you don't have them installed before Christmas. Actually, scratch that. It's a terrible thought. Get in touch with Focus Home Improvements now and have them installed before Christmas with free installation. FocusHomeImprovements.com.au.
Mate, this meat is so good. Where's it from?
Thomas Farms. It's always good.
Even the prawns? You must have gone to the markets.
Nah, Thomas Farms have everything. From seafood, chicken, lamb, even award-winning Angus beef. They have it all, and it's very reasonably priced.
Thomas Farms is owned by a South Australian farming family. They understand great food. Located at Castle Plaza, Colonnades, Cavan, West Lakes and now at Norwood Mall, The Parade. Mention this radio ad for an additional 10% off until December 31st. Thomas Farms. It's always good.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 6. We are live here outside Highmarsh Stadium, Cooper Stadium, Adelaide United's season open. We're just over 90 minutes away from kickoff.
Whoa! Yeah, you're not wrong, and it's going to be an exciting night. A new look, Adelaide United.
Yes, exciting.
And we've got the coach with us, Carl Vick. Welcome, Carl. Pre-season, mate, how did it go? Did it go to plan?
Not really, because we got knocked out of the cup too early. But after that, the boys responded very well to that poor performance, and very happy to where we are now.
So, obviously I said the new look because our captain now is playing over in Saudi Arabia. So, what's the opportunity for perhaps the younger members of the squad now?
Yeah, most definitely. I think, on the back of last season, we knew we had identified about 6-7 young boys that we needed to give the opportunity to, and if we brought players in, that stops their progression. And these 6-7 young boys, they're quality young players. We're starting 3 of them tonight in, Johnny Yale, Nesta and Panache, and they're all quality players. And, we've got 3 or 4 more that are ready to come into the team as well.
So do you have in your head your starting 11, your best 11?
I do, yeah. It's pretty much what's starting tonight.
Excellent. So no injuries, this is it.
Pretty much. We only got the long-term injury to Jay Barnett that could possibly come in. And then, the English boy that came late in pre-season, once he gets up to fitness, that'll give some competition to the team as well.
Yeah. Were you happy with the 3 clean sheets in your trial games?
Yeah, most definitely. Looking back last season, I think we conceded the 3rd most goals in the league.
Correct.
So we needed to fix that, and we've worked extremely hard in pre-season on our defence. Just not the back defenders, it's the whole team has to defend a lot better than what we have been doing. But the flip side on that is because we play at such an open brand of football, at times we're going to get caught. And I wear that because I want to attack and I want to, have the fans that come and walk away and think that was a great game. Let's come back next week.
So will we see a different looking Reds tonight?
Yeah, most definitely. We
same formation.
Same formation, but we'll play a bit different. Last couple of seasons we've heavily relied on going wide to our wingers.
Yep. And why wouldn't you?
And well, yeah, that's right, because we had Goody, and I knew this season we couldn't rely on Goodies, being involved with 25 goals again, and so we had to find another way to go, and we've been working all pre-season on that.
Nestor.
Yeah, Nestor is definitely one for goal for us, and hopefully he gets a couple tonight. He's had a great pre-season, and you can see now that he's still only 17, but it's his 3rd pre-season at professional football, and you can see the difference.
Oh, that's good. Hey, you're just talking about the defensive action. I think there was no greater example than the night. I think it was a Sunday arvo we played Western Sydney, and it was a 4-all game. And that was a great example of what you're talking about. Gee, we were on the attack was fantastic, and then bang, 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 they're going down the other end and walking through us. So that was probably a great example of what you're talking about.
Yeah, most definitely. And, some of the defensive errors that we made last year, just mistakes, which happen. And it's important that we, limit those mistakes.
You mentioned Ryan Tunnicliffe. How's he gone? I know he got here a little bit late, but how's he gone through the time that he's been here so far?
Yeah, very good. He's fitted in very well in the change room.
Can you understand a word he says?
I can, yes.
Well, is there a two-pom rule because it's just him and Cluffy? Is that
yeah.
Oh, easy.
We had to get a mate.
Yeah. Look, he will provide a lot more leadership on the pitch for us, and that's what we need. Some good leadership in the team with so many young boys, and that's what we need. We need to have. Yes, it's great having all these young players, but we need some good senior players around them to help them and show them what they need to do.
Yeah, I asked my first question. Have you got your best 11 in your head? Now it is your best 11 in your head better than what your team was last year, and is your squad got greater depth of talent if you do get injuries?
Yeah, look, I think the depth will be around the same, but the difference being, and why I think we're a little bit better this year as well, is the growth in our young players.
Yep. Organic growth. Use those words.
Organic growth.
I don't like that one.
From the young players. So, and we're going to see that, tonight. You'll see, Johnny Yeo, I think is, I believe, if he does the things that I believe he can do, he'll be a Socceroo by the end of the season.
Say that again.
That's a great statement.
That is a great statement.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
One of the best young players that I've coached, and one of the best young players that I've seen play.
Wow. So, Awa Mabil, did you coach him?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Better than him.
Yep.
Nestori, better than him.
Yep. Better footballer. Yep.
Wow.
I'm in that gate 8. What numbers he wear? What's on his shirt?
Yeah. Good question. It's in the 40s. I couldn't tell you. I don't know their numbers.
All right. But how exciting's that?
Yes, very exciting.
I'm that proud of you guys over the years for the amount of quality that we do get through to the national team, and then on the world stage. And it's because the owners and the coaches back in our talent and you give them opportunities to play. That obviously is a real strategic, with the new owners all the way down, executive to you, a strategic plan.
Yes, most definitely. When Core came back to the club and he said, look, I want to make sure we provide this pathway for the young players, and he's backed us to do that. And I say this all the time, young players get a bad rap that people look at what they can't do, but they forget what they can do. And long as you stay positive with the young players, they surprise you.
Yeah.
Especially if they can see that if they do the right things, they will given an opportunity, they will grow as a young player in any sport.
But you nurture them. You don't throw them in. You've made Nestori.
Yeah, they got to work for it.
Yeah.
I'm not handing it to them just because they're a young player. I made sure they work for it, and if they're not doing the right things, then they have to wait.
Well done.
A couple of them that I'd like you to give us a bit of insight to. Cassio's lad, Bernardo.
Yep.
And Richie Elliot's lad,
Ethan Elliott,
yep.
Bernie missed most of last season with injury. He had that serious injury in pre-season last year, so he missed. Well, he didn't play a minute for us last year, so that's like getting a new player again, even though he's a young player. And he'll play tonight again, off the bench. So he's an exciting player, a person that's got great 1v1 skills, which. When you have
a little bit taller than Dad too.
Not much, but a very similar player, powerful, that takes and changes direction. And young Ethan, again, there was his breakout season last year, and again, he's had a great pre-season, put on a lot of weight, strength and that, so he'll get some good opportunities this year as well.
Your opposition, they took out the championship Central Coast Mariners. I thought they were the most clinical side I saw in the end. I thought they were the form team.
Yeah, they, right time of the season, they went into, the last month and a half of the season, they were flying. As you said, they were very clinical in those transition moments. They had some really good attackers with great speed, and, again, their side that they've recruited, again, they've brought Qual back from Europe, so they got a lot of speed again up front, so they really challenge you in those transition moments.
Have they got a new manager?
Yes, once he went to Scotland, so he's coaching in Hibs in Scotland. And
what did he take Andrew's spot, didn't he?
Was that final you and I watched here where we got beat? Central Coast, then they went on to win it. That was the prelim base.
That's correct.
Oh, they're a bloody good team.
Yep. So,
good test for you tonight.
Yeah, a great test to see, how we are going, how the pre-season's gone, because Yes, I have an idea of how we've gone, but you never know until the games really count.
I watched the 20-year special, the
documentary,
People's Club, and absolutely loved it. I've recommended it at the opening of the show for anybody to get on.
Didn't Carl get the first
and have
goal?
a look. Well, they got the first goal. See, Adelaide United, it brought me back a lot of memories that I'd forgotten. One that it was the NSL when Adelaide United first went in, and you scored the first goal there. But then when we went into the break and then went into the A-League, you scored the first goal again.
Oh, you're gifted, Carl.
I've
always said that.
But they're big moments, aren't they, mate?
I'm very proud of
Historic.
those moments.
Well done.
And as you say, they just bring such great memories. And seeing that documentary, it's fantastic memories.
Really well put together too. And I just, I'd forgotten about some of the finals that we played. I've forgotten. I knew Muscat and Johnny Cosmina had some run-ins, but I forgot about the plastic matting and the chair going arm over Turkey and Johnny's arm, and then he got up and strangled Muscat.
A lot of people don't realise from that is because he was only a couple of months from a hip replacement.
No! That's why. Wow. That's unreal. What was Muscat like in that era?
Wanker.
Well, it seemed to me that he was just out to. It was the Vinnie Jones of Australia.
Yeah, look, Kev was, very committed to win. I was fortunate that I played with Kevin in England as well. So
right, how'd he go there?
Yeah, very good. Got sent off a few times, like he did here. But he was a very good footballer, a very intelligent footballer, and knew what buttons to push and could wind players up, and always got on the right side of the referee. So, full credit to him, and he's doing a fantastic job in Japan at the moment as a manager. Yeah, as a manager.
Is he the next Ange Postecoglou?
Yeah. Possibly, that's what they're talking about, and there's talk of him, going to England as well to take over a championship club.
Well, Ange has led the way with that. You would have played against him.
Yeah, back in the early 90s. Yeah, played with Ange when we had some big battles because he was a left back and I was the right winger, so played against him.
Good bloke.
Yeah, great guy. Very approachable, and I've come across him quite a few times in my coaching journey as well, and he's been very open and helps any Aussie coach.
Are you a Tottenham Spurs man now, like me?
Yeah, very much. Get up and watch their games.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, still a red.
Of course you are.
Spot on, mate. Hey, mate, we'll let you go and get the team fired up and onto the pitch, mate. All the best.
No worries, guys. Thanks for the support.
Carl Viet, the coach of Adelaide United, the Reds tonight in a big one.
We did ask Carl while he was in the holding stalls. You're wearing a three-piece suit with a tie, looking very resplendent, and the executive want him to wear that.
Correct.
He said, but if it rains, I wear the tracksuit because I like to rug up.
Absolutely.
Now, is he going to leave here and go and put a tracksuit on? Because it looks like it is going to rain.
Yeah, she's a little grey overhead at the moment. Breezy as well.
A blow over.
I'm going to get on the Foodland live stream. I have got high beam. It is cold. Well, have a look at this.
Well, talking high beam, let's go to the truck.
That's a
Timmy,
great
Timmy.
Yeah. I'm not looking.
I'll
Terry
poke your eye out,
McAuliffe
mate.
is only moments away. Let's check your roads, though. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the production of SA copper is critical, and it's happening now at BHP at Olympic Dam.
At Kilburn, there's a crash, Churchill Road near the shopping centre. Another collision at Croydon Park, Torrens Road near Days Road, and Jeps Cross. Another smash, Grand Junction Road near Port Wakefield Road. Lights on the blink at Woodville Road at the railway line, and a few cameras at the drive home, Military Road, West Beach, and Mount Barker Road at Hahndorf. Make it look easy this spring racing carnival with Sportsbet's new Fast Form with easy-to-use icons to help you find a winner. Fast Form, new from Sportsbet. Conditions apply. What's gambling really costing you? Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Catch the 5AA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry. Now Tuesday nights from 6:30. Thanks to TJM. Four-wheel driving? If you want to get there, you want to be TJM equipped. Nailsworth and Clovelly Park.
If your business is customer focused, it's time to connect with the South Australian Seniors Card. Seniors Card supports over 400,000 loyal and active customers. You can grow your business and reputation by joining other local and national brands as a Seniors Card business partner. Your business and the iconic South Australian Seniors Card, helping older South Australians to enjoy life and age well. Connect now at seniorscard.sa.gov.au.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Peter from Go Vita, Tanunda. This month we have a great offer on Natural Road's psyllium husk. Gentle fibre to keep you regular. Save 70% off a recommended retail price with 200 grams for only $9.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Doomben, Moonee Valley.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. Chances are you're about to lose.
Hearing Australia's new range has devices that are so discreet, people might not notice you're wearing one. They auto-adjust to reduce background noise, and there are also rechargeable options. For over 75 years, Hearing Australia has provided expert hearing care for all Australians, finding the right device to suit any budget and lifestyle. Search hearing.com.au to book your appointment today.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 FE 128 gig for $0 upfront when you connect to a new Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months. Ends November 1. Minimum cost $1,656. Not available with other offers. In-store only. Cancellation fees, terms and conditions apply. Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer.
Hi, I'm Peter Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Our massive spring sale is on right now. You'll save up to 40%. Save hundreds on sofas, chairs, dining and more. Save on famous Berkowitz comfort and quality. There's our great Australian collection, plus Scandinavian brands, Stressless and IMG. And you can customise to your heart's content. Be part of our massive spring sale and save up to 40%. We're not just a furniture store, we're an Aussie furniture family. In-store at Mile End Homemaker Centre and online.
Get the LTV Deliver 9, the best-selling large van in Australia, from just $43,990 drive away for ABN holders. Test drive one at a dealer today. LTV, bring it on. Based on VFAX, year to date 2023. T's and C's at ldvautomotive.com.au.
5AA Breakfast.
Banks are being accused of virtue signalling. NAB invested $1.5 million in the Yes campaign and laid off 222 staff in September. $1.5 million poorly spent on the end, wasn't it?
Informing Adelaide.
The amount of money that Corporate Australia did spend on it was quite staggering. The NAB, Big W,
it's amazing.
That was just sort of look at me, but just how did they ever think it was going to shift anyone's vote other than to shift it away from Yes?
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes to 6. Not too far away now from the Reds getting their season opener underway against Central Coast. We are live outside Highmarsh Stadium. My goodness, hasn't the weather changed since a couple of hours ago? Wasn't it beautiful and sunny and warm earlier?
Very Piccadilly.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost going to rain. It won't. It's not forecast to, but it's very, very breezy outdoors, so conditions will be tough for the Reds. But let's get to our tips for the week.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
Yes, as we welcome Racing.com's Terry McAuliffe. Terry, you're on a winning streak, mate. Your best bet last week, race 10, number 12. I can't pronounce it. Wakanjaya?
Wakanjaya. Yeah, got the money.
Wakanjaya. That got up, so well done, mate. Congratulations on that one. What do you got for us at Morphettville tomorrow?
So I'm going to suggest we wait till the last race tomorrow too, boys. I like number 3, Sharippa. It's already been heavily backed. It's going to run clear favourite. It's a very promising horse trained by Shane Oxlade and his daughter Cassie. They've had a good week too. They had a winner last Saturday, Cumin, which is a promising horse too. And then on Wednesday at Balaclava, they trained a double there, which actually was Shane's birthday on Wednesday too. He turned 62. So they've had a good week, the stable. And I do think Sharippa will make a winning return to the track tomorrow, race 10, number 3.
Great call. Got a value bet, have you?
Well, Vino de Casa Nostra has been good to us, boys. So
Yes,
it
has.
lines
Is
up
it bad?
again. Yeah, lines up in race 4. It's going to go around about $10 or thereabouts once again. Owes us absolutely nothing. So I think we just throw something on one of our old favourites, Vino de Casa Nostra.
I'm going to join you on that one. That's a great decision. I'm looking in my tip in Morphettville tomorrow. Race 5, number 2, H2O.
Oh.
I think it's been scratched, Tim.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Well, you've
oh
saved
my
your money.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You've saved your money.
Oh, that is hilarious. That is the highlight of my year. Now, Tez, yesterday we had Sally Pearson on, and she adores her dogs. And I said, "How are your dogs going?" She said they died two days ago. And then I called her man's shoulders, and I thought, "Well, wow, that's deteriorated." That is Timmy.
I've topped you.
Now, listen, management. I want Timmy and Terry's tips taken off the intro now.
Yeah, that
Timmy,
was bad.
No, that's bad.
That was bad.
How much effort did you put into that?
A lot.
Did you? And it's scratched.
The only thing I might say, I haven't checked to see if maybe it's running in Melbourne tomorrow at Caulfield, because sometimes with horses like that, they may have been duly nominated. But it's definitely not running at Morford this way.
No, he definitely tipped that race and that horse. Timmy, that is embarrassing for you.
I'll change it to race 9, number 13, Aviatrix. That will be my tip.
Well.
Aviatrix.
Oh, no.
Are you serious?
Now, honestly, if you're in your car and religiously you write down Tim's tips,
that's not good.
Scratch them out and just write down Tez's.
Great call.
That is
Caulfield Cup's on tomorrow, Terry.
Yeah.
It's
one of the great races, isn't it? One of the great races of the Australian turf. You know, we think this time of the year, Melbourne, Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate. So I know Sydney's encroached now with the Everest and Everest, a lot of these other races they've got, but Caulfield Cup, it's a terrific addition. I think it'll be a favourites race, but I'm not sure which one of the 4 or 5 favourites will win. But I'm going to stick my neck out and say race 9, the Caulfield Cup, number 8, Salcombe, with Craig Williams riding for Chris Waller. What do you like, Timmy?
No worries. Well,
why even ask?
I'm going to box, but no, this one hopefully it's not
scratched.
Oh,
please be scratched.
It's a big value bet. It's Kieran McAvoy's on it. I think it's an Irish horse, Okita Sushi. Is that how you say?
Sounds like
Japanese
horse
to me.
Japanese, but no, it says
it
says Ireland.
Mate.
It's got
no, you're having a stinker.
It's got.
Does that sound Irish to you, Timmy?
It's got IRE after it. That's Irish, is it not?
No, it is an Irish horse, but it certainly does sound Japanese. There is a Japanese horse in the race, which has got a great chance as well, with Damien Lane to ride. But as I said, I don't think there'll be an upset. I think it'll be one of the 4 or 5 main chances in the market that will win the race tomorrow.
Okay, well, it's Joseph O'Brien, the trainer, so there's a good Irish name. So with a Japanese title, Okita Sushi, my each way. I'll tell you, there's value in that one. I will redeem myself.
This is
with the tips when they come up on
thanks, Tez,
on the weekend, mate. All the best, mate. Racing.com's Terry McAuliffe. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, boys. Go the Reds.
Great,
yes, good call.
Go the Reds tonight.
Done.
We've got Cozzy after 6 o'clock. Michael rang in. Hello, Michael.
I hope I get better.
Michael,
very good evening, boys. I'll tell you what, I might have actually got the call at the right time. We were just talking horses.
Yes.
But I want to talk horsepower. And it will be out there tomorrow at the Bend.
The drags?
And the one thing I will say is thank you to the Shaheen family to be able to actually give us something back now. You know, it will literally be packed.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome, mate. It's going to be awesome. We spoke to Vlad, I think, a couple of weeks ago about it. We went out there and saw it ourselves, drove down the actual thing, admittedly at about 30k an hour, but it looks like it's going to be sensational. They'll get a packed house for it, Michael. I reckon it's long overdue, but how good is it?
Yeah, well done. Get out there Saturday and Sunday. There'll be 15,000 each. I just heard a roar. That would suggest to me that the Lady Reds have scored. Now, Central Coast Mariners, gee, beautiful set piece, then across, bang, back of the onion net. So Adelaide go to 1 and Central Coast Mariners 2.
2-1.
68th minute of the game.
That was a classy little set piece, that.
Yeah, impressive indeed. So one more goal to square it all up. It's a big double header here at Highmarsh Stadium, which is where we are for the show tonight. The Reds are taking on Central Coast in the men at 7:15. It's the season opener of the A-League. We're going to chat to the Reds CEO, Nathan Cosmina, after the 6 o'clock news.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Do you talk to your plants to help them grow? Do they talk back. If they could, they'd say, "Don't forget the sea salt." Or if they were like a really tough big plant, maybe, "Don't forget the sea salt." Or a plant that's not doing so well might say, "Oh, please, don't forget the sea salt." Anyway, you get the drift. They're trying to tell you, don't forget the sea salt, your complete garden health treatment at Bunnings Warehouse and all good hardware and garden centres.
Ready to hit the road, guys?
Life is full of adventures, and it's important that through them all, you stay protected. Mobil Fuels protect your engine from the first fill.
Are we there yet?
Mobil Fuels, engine protection sorted.
Beaumont Tiles has a new showroom in Seaford Meadows. We're celebrating with grand opening specials this Saturday only. 25% off all tiles and 10% off all bathroom wear and hard flooring. This Saturday only at Beaumont Tiles, Seaford Meadows.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local.
The Great Moscow Circus is back with an all-new extreme show featuring awe-inspiring and death-defying acts. Ridley Reserve, Main North Road, Elizabeth. thegreatmoscowcircus.com.au.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a morning shower or two tomorrow, 18. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
From chips to replacements, make Complete Windscreens your insurer repairer of choice. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
Israeli troops have been told they will soon see Gaza from the inside as they prepare for a ground invasion. US correspondent Alison Petrowski.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with troops on the border, asking soldiers, "Are you ready for victory?" According to their defence minister, the ground assault is imminent. The number of hostages being held in Gaza has now been revised up to 203. And inside Gaza, desperation grows with every passing hour. Dozens were injured in another Israeli airstrike in the southern city of Khan Yunis. There, utes double as ambulances, surgeons are operating by the lights on their phones and are faced with unthinkable choices. Vital aid is piling up at the Egyptian border, the Rafah crossing expected to open for just 20 trucks, each filled with food, water and medicines.
A man has fronted court after being arrested when drugs were allegedly located during a traffic stop at Tailem Bend. Officers finding 5 vacuum-packed blocks of cocaine weighing approximately 1 kilo each. A 32-year-old from Mawson Lakes was charged. Detectives then searching a home at Mawson Lakes where they found items which will be alleged to offer additional evidence of the man's involvement in commercial drug trafficking. China will be allowed to continue operating the Port of Darwin after a review found it doesn't pose a security concern. Michael Packy has more.
In 2015, the Northern Territory government signed a 99-year lease with a Chinese-owned company to operate the Port of Darwin. In recent years, concerns have emerged the arrangement could pose a security risk. Last year, the incoming federal Labor government ordered a review, which has now been released. It's found there's a robust regulatory system in place to manage any risk, and there's no need to vary or cancel the lease. The government has accepted the recommendations, which come ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to China next month.
Campaigners against The Voice say it's insulting to suggest people's education level played a part in the result. More than 60% of Australians voted no in the referendum to enshrine the Indigenous advisory body in the Constitution. Some Yes campaigners claim people without a university degree swallowed misinformation by the No camp. But Liberal Senator Holly Hughes says that is a load of rubbish.
Somehow if you don't embrace these progressive woke causes, that you're stupid or you're racist. And if I was told once more, people with a university degree were more likely to vote yes. Well, I can tell you, Ray, I've got 2 of them. And I've been a no on this from the beginning.
And the Sydney Opera House is marking 50 years since being opened by Queen Elizabeth II in 1973. The Chief Executive has received well wishes from all over the world, including a letter from King Charles III. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Redbacks have lost their Marsh Cup match against New South Wales by 33 runs. Henry Hunt top scored for SA with 75. Australia will take on Pakistan tonight. Skipper Pat Cummins is backing his fellow Quicks to hit some form.
We look back at the last couple of games and, haven't got the wickets, but there's probably been 3 chances in each first 10 overs that we just haven't got, or LBW missed by millimetres or player misses. So we've been really happy with the guys up front.
Meantime, Cummins and Marnus Labuschagne have both signed 3-year contracts with Cricket Australia, and several players have signed 2-year deals, including Travis Head, Steve Smith and Mitchell Starc. The Red Army will be out in force at High Marsh tonight. Adelaide United is kicking off their season against reigning champions, the Central Coast Mariners. The game starts at 7:15. And Nonconformist has been scratched from tomorrow's Caulfield Cup. Racing Victoria's vets identified lameness in the horse's right hind. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale, up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
A Kilburn crash to look out for, Churchill Road near the shopping centre there. Another collision at Croydon Park, Torrens Road near Days Road. And Woodville traffic lights on the blink at the moment. They're fixing them at the moment. Woodville Road at the railway line. Cameras Victoria Road, Mount Barker and West Beach Road at West Beach. Introducing the Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym. Start building your emotional muscles online with free tools and inspiration at thementalfitnessgym.org. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight down to 12. A morning shower or two tomorrow 18. Sunday partly cloudy 19. Monday mostly sunny 24. Right now it is 18 degrees. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thanks, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. Eden Hills residents have had to evacuate when a grass fire sparked by illegal fireworks threatened homes. A new biosecurity facility at Paraka is set to drive down the cost of fruit and veg. And a revolutionary trial is removing skin cancers without invasive surgery. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Right now with Bupa, get up to 8 weeks free when you join on eligible products. Plus, you won't have to reserve waiting periods you've already served. T's and C's apply. Search Bupa 8 weeks free today.
Oi, Frank, you reckon this one's legit?
Nah, I reckon Ellie's just making toast again.
Yeah, probably.
Uh-oh, I reckon we're toast.
Communication is key when it comes to fire safety. And it's a whole lot easier to communicate with Safe Fire Electrical, headquartered right here in SA. Get in touch with your local fire safety experts. Safe Fire Electrical. Visit safefire.com.au.
The wait is over. Exclusive Hot Wheels have arrived at Drake's Supermarkets. Get your free exclusive Hot Wheels car with every $60 you spend. There's 15 cars to collect with 3 awesome sets of 5. Don't miss out, there's a new set of 5 released every fortnight. They're only available exclusively at Drake's, so you better be quick. They'll race out the door. Drake's, ingredients for race days.
5AA's Business Lounge with Matthew Pantelis.
I'm here with Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive Officer of Western Hospital. Welcome, Kathy.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
With all the costs of living going up, has this been a challenge in healthcare as well?
Absolutely. People are finding it increasingly difficult to access GPs, often questioning the value for money that they get out of their GP appointments. But Western GP Clinic are very proud to boast a level of care and expertise encompassing a holistic approach while providing a value option.
And if people need further treatment in a private hospital, what options are there for those without health insurance?
Insurance can be helpful, but it isn't a requirement. We have a wide range of specialists and services available here at Western, and many procedures are more affordable than you think. So it's definitely worth giving us a call to discuss your options and get a quote.
Thank you, Kathy. To find out more about Western Hospital, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200. That's 8159 1200.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 6 on your Friday night, we are outside Cooper Stadium for the season opener of the A-League. Adelaide United and Central Coast Mariners very, very soon. We're on Mandan Street as the crowd's starting to really flock in with great numbers.
Go you Reds.
A text here on the Unique Homestyle Foods text line, Rowey. You want to read that out?
Well, let's set it up. Timmy's tips with Terry McAuliffe for racing.com.
Yes.
And Tim does his tips after Terry does his. And generally you copy him, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, don't.
But every now and then you go out on your own and you try to big note yourself by picking a winner.
Yeah.
Now, you said you were going to go for H2O.
H2O, yeah, I did.
At Morphettvale?
At Morphettville, yeah.
What race number?
Yeah, it was, I think it was in race 3.
Yeah, and then Tez goes, well, it's been scratched.
Which was embarrassing.
Which is embarrassing for you. Crack me up. And then a text comes through. Boys, Timmy's horse is running in the last race at Caulfield tomorrow.
Alex, thank you very much for that. And he says he's confident. Look, he said it will win. Well, it's an omen bet now, isn't it? So
Well, you're
anyway,
going to have to do that.
not
Get
to worry.
Cozzy up.
Tell you
mate.
what, exactly right. We've got a huge game, the opening round for Adelaide United here at Cooper Stadium. It's an exciting evening, and
Can't
we've got
wait.
the CEO right with us here, Nathan Cosmina. G'day, Cosy. Welcome, mate.
Good evening, gents. How are you?
First of all, excited about what we've done over the pre-season and what we're about to present?
Yeah, we are. It's been a long time coming. It's well documented how long our pre-season is. We last played in May, so but no, it's come together. There's obviously been a few events over the pre-season that have been well publicised, but behind the scenes, off the field and on the field, we've actually had a really good, particularly last month. We're basically at full strength from the squad that we knew we would have for round 1, which is good. And the preparation's been really good. A few trial games, good results. Players are fitter than they were last year. So whilst it's not necessarily the determining factor for round 1, everything's aligned well.
You've done what you can do as far as preparation goes, which is great. Hey, mate, I watched the People's Club, the 20-year doco. Mate, sensational. Congratulations to everybody involved. I was saying earlier to Carl Veer, I couldn't believe how many moments there were I just had forgotten about. And it was amazing, even the entry from, starting in the NSL and then going into the A-League a year and a bit later, and then Carl kicked both first goals, you name it. But then some of the other moments in time that I'd just forgotten about, like 3 coaches in 1 year. I forgot that as well.
We've had some really defined eras for the club. That birth in 03, which were just over 20 years ago here at this stadium. I remember the night well. Had some early success. Then Vidi took us to Asia, did really well. Then we had some challenging years with changes of ownership. FA took the licence back in the early 10s, and that'll build up to a championship. And then we had some cups and COVID and everything else. So it was really good. Ben Kernan put it together for us. It was we wanted to sort of keep it football focused. There's a lot of other stories to tell around the 20 years, but just for the fans to reminisce, and as you say, it brings back a lot of memories. I've been around the place in various forms since 03, but I think it was really well put together, and everyone that's seen it, including my man, who's a hard man to please, he loved it. So that was
that's
a good
bit harsh. That'll get back.
He'd be proud of me for saying that.
And he was actually great on the doco. He was sensational.
Yeah. What are your expectations for the season?
Well, they're good. They're good. So we can't shy away from the fact that Craig isn't with us, and we've explained that on sort of numerous occasions, the background to all that. But what we're really excited about is the young prospects that are coming through. I won't even call them prospects. We see them as fully fledged A-League players now. Aaron Kunda's starting tonight. First game he's ever started. He's had a really good off-season. There's Johnny Yale, Panache, Madania, a few others that have been really good through the off-season. And Carl's made a point of that. We knew we wouldn't recruit heavy in this off-season, but at the same time we looked at our options post-Goody, and Carl was very specific, I'm not signing a player that's going to replace one of these boys. Now, we still will probably need to do some business in January, but otherwise the squad depth, the preparation has been really good. So all signs are positive. The real test is tonight. We've been notoriously slow the last few years to get out of the blocks, but I think we haven't had a preparation this good for some time, so we're expecting the 3 points tonight.
Who have you got your eye on for that transfer window?
We don't know. Well, it's probably an attacking player, to be honest.
International?
Yeah, we've got a foreign spot left. So we had options to move in September, but your options are generally greater in January when the European window opens, and you can do a bit of business there. So we're already having a look at that. Carl will have a look at how the squad progresses over these first few rounds, probably through November, and then we'll sort of say, okay, this is where the areas for improvement are. But as I said, we've got a lot of players of these young ones that are playing this year that weren't available last year. Obviously, Nesta never started a game. Musa Toure was out for most of the season. Bernardo was out for most of the season. So they're going to get a chance now, particularly in the front third. There's boys that will get minutes, and if they prove themselves, well, we might not be as aggressive as we wanted to be, but our eyes are on the front third for January.
Exciting. Bit of executive stuff here. Free public transport, the red buses,
Great
or the
call.
Reds Express, they're calling it.
Yeah, we've got the tram all branded up, so thank you to the state government and Minister Kutsentonis. We met a few months ago, and it's the 20th year, and obviously the piggybacking on the World Cup. We've got a lot more women's games here tonight, which was being played at the moment.
Great idea, by the way.
So yeah, it was a great initiative. It just makes it a little bit easier for fans to get into games. So we kicked that off today. Got really good traction. Everyone's really happy with it. So hopefully it brings a few more people along during the season.
Free public transport. And you've signed for 5 more years here at the best boutique football stadium in the Southern Hemisphere.
It is the best.
It is. Well, everyone tell it is.
It is. It is.
We've had other people tell us that. Andy Harper told us that.
Yeah,
you know,
they all love it.
They all love it.
It's a football stadium.
Yeah, the real football pundits agree.
Yeah.
They love coming here. So yeah, it's really good. We've got a really good working relationship. They've had the upgrades, the World Cup, everything else. So it's a behind the scenes kind of thing, but it'll actually, with what we're doing, will allow us to put a bit more time and effort and money into match day experience, so on and so forth. And it's much more better prep for that, particularly on the back of the World Cup.
Yeah. So Coopers have tagged on with you. It's going to be
that's
Coopers
a separate. Yeah, that's separate. I think that will see out that tenure. That's one
done.
for AVM. But
well
yeah.
done, Glennie Cooper. You star.
Yes.
Although he's retired, he's fishing off a Black Point now. Probably got a couple of big illegal snapper in his boat. He fishes like me, Tad.
He does?
Glennie? Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't. He does it by the book.
He is. He's a good man.
Great company. 2 best stadiums in South Australia.
Yeah.
Cooper Stadium Nord, Cooper Stadium High Marsh. Timmy, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Right, no worries at all.
Because he liked that one. Look, because he laughed.
Absolutely. And Nath, with this doubleheader, which I love, what's the process of being able to get a doubleheader to happen? Do you have to go through the A-League and say, look, we've got a Sunday match and we'd like to do a doubleheader? How do you go
Yeah,
about it?
basically. So it's logistics. So you've got to align draws, you've got to align broadcast, so on and so forth. So, and we also we see it as a good exercise to bring. We've got really good numbers in early,
which is great.
This is the most we've ever had come in early to see the women's game, which is really good. And then we will play most of our games at Martin or Service FM Stadium during the year. So it's a bit of a taster for people to come and have a look.
Yeah.
And then we get them along to their games at the smaller grounds. But no, it's been really good. We were limited last year, but with the upgrades to the stadium, we'll have 3 more of these this year, which is really good.
I was going to ask if you could
what
do
do we
that.
end
That's
up?
great.
1-2? If you get an update, Timmy?
Well, it's Central Coast 2 and
85th
Adelaide
minute.
United 1 currently, 85th minute. Yep.
Okay. Hey, just one last one. Nestori, everyone's talking about him, and why would they not? They're going to put bums on seats. Can't wait to see him. So have Bayern Munich signed him? And if they have, when does he go?
No, so we haven't
There's been no
finalised
deal.
anything. No, we're still we're the beauty of the Nesta scenario is that FIFA rules don't allow you to transfer into your 18th birthday. He turns 18 in February, which means he can't go to 1 July next year. So we haven't been rushed to finalise that. I think it's likely something will get done, but ultimately he's going to be available for our 26 home and away games this year, and as I said, starting tonight. So you
Plus
can expect
finals.
the Nesta fireworks from the first minute.
God, well, look, you give him game times, he lights up, does backward somersaults, just put another nought in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah, well, we hope he does well, and he needs to, whether or not he goes, but to prepare for European football, he needs to be starting here. That's been Carl's big message to him, that you can't go overseas until you're starting and dominating the A-League. So that starts tonight.
I heard he's a lovely kid too.
Yeah, he's a bit of a...
We want to speak to him. Can you get him on? He's
Yeah,
a bit shy,
maybe.
ain't he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a...
Come on, Cozzy!
He likes the limelight. He likes... you get him after he scored a goal. That's when he'll be at his best. But he's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Carl sat there and said, Johnny Yule, he said, the way he's training and the way he looks and all the rest of it, he said, look, he's the best young talent I've coached, and he believes that Graham Arnold will be looking at him by the end of the year. So that's a big rap.
Huge.
Yeah, Johnny's phenomenal. Really good. Yeah, he's had a few setbacks with some injuries the last 2 years actually, but this season's the first one he's had a real crack at, and he's matured. He's only 18. He'll start tonight in that sort of 10-8 role.
Yeah.
Really good kid.
So he's a midfielder?
Yeah, midfielder. Yeah.
Holding midfielder.
Carl couldn't tell us what
more
number he
attacking,
was.
more attacking. He
Yeah.
sort of sits in between. But yeah, West Torrens Bacala, Sacred Heart boy. Just good kid, but just phenomenal talent. And he debuted when he was 15 He's probably taken a little bit to mature physically for professional football, but he's ready to go now and starting tonight. So,
did you watch the Beckham Netflix thing?
I've seen bits of it.
That is unreal, isn't it? I thought he was a real knob. I actually quite like him after that.
And he's a good player. People actually think he was just all limelight, but he was a really, really good player.
He was a very good player. Hey, Cozzy, all the best for the season. We can't wait to get in behind the Reds. Tonight is game 1 out there. Central Coast Mariners, they touched us up in the final, so we'll win the prelim. We were here at the prelim, so hope you do well, mate. Well done. Have a great season, and we're happy to support you.
Thanks again, guys. Speak soon.
Excellent. Nathan Cosmina, the CEO of Adelaide United, doing a terrific job, and very excited about the opening. I'll see you up there, buddy.
Oh,
no
you've got to do your cashy.
Well,
Cozzy, is he on the books?
No cash. No
cash.
Donuts. Donuts.
Oh, stop it.
Excellent work. All right, it's 19 minutes after 6. We're going to take a quick break. The Crows AFLW side play against Brisbane tomorrow, and Brooke Tonan's one of those who'll be involved. She joins us next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Catch Crows and Power AFLW games live all season on 5AA. Thanks to Exis. For all the industrial cleaning jobs that you don't want to do, get Exis Group. EXIIS.
Copper is critical to the energy transition, including the manufacture of electric cars, wind turbines and solar panels. The need for responsibly produced South Australian copper is clear. It's happening now at BHP. Visit bhp.com/critical.
Before it's with the chef, before it's on your plate, before it's on your lips, that sensational cut of beef, lamb, pork or poultry was in the hands of a great butcher. My Butcher, feeding 250,000 South Australians every week. The pleasure's all theirs, and luckily, they're all ours. 100% locally owned and operated since 1999. My Butcher, meat with care.
It's easy to get behind the wheel of a new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen right now. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. All you need to do is head to the showroom on Salisbury Highway. Check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now, and then pick your favourite. How easy is that? All stock is ready for immediate delivery, with easy finance options available. And remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Hearing Australia's new range of devices auto-adjust to reduce background noise, so you'll never miss life's special moments. Search hearing.com.au to book your appointment today.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
At Coles, there's great value hands down across fruit and veg this week. Like sweet 100% Aussie Afura mandarins, just $2.90 a kilo. Get great value hands down at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. Eye healthcare, cataract surgery and glaucoma management are all health issues that can appear unexpectedly, and specialist treatment is often required. Western Eye Care at Western Hospital boasts 7 ophthalmic surgeons, on-site diagnostics, surgery options and a wide range of aftercare for all eye health care needs. For more information, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200. That's 8159 1200.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the production of copper is critical, and why BHP has committed to solar, wind and battery agreements to help power our copper mine at Olympic Dam, South Australia. Visit bhp.com/critical.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 6. Hey, on Monday's show, we're going to be joined by Ned Brockman. Do you remember that name? The everyday hero who raised millions while he ran from Perth to Sydney across the country. 46 days. Quite amazing.
Yeah.
Well, he's
unreal.
Put a book together called Ned Brockman Showing Up. And if you want to meet Ned and get a copy of his book, you can head to Dimmock's Rundle Mall next Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Line up. Admission's free, but you've got to book in. head to trybooking.com. It'd be well worth it, and we look forward to chatting to him on the show as well.
Yeah, well done. AFLW's in full swing. Round 8, the Crows take on the Lions. It's tomorrow, 2:30 at Ipswich. Joining us, Adelaide Crows AFLW gun, Brooke Tonnen. Brooke, thanks for your time.
Beautiful, thank you for having me.
Yeah, first game since round 5.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be back in the team. I'm obviously not good with Baz and Abby Ballard and Najwa, who are out, unfortunately. But yeah, grateful to get another opportunity.
Great work. You'll take it with both hands. Playing alongside a debutant. Tell us about it, Taylor Levy.
Yeah, comes from a really good basketball background. Very exciting to have her in a game like we're going to play tomorrow against a hotly contested Brisbane side. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good call to AFLW level, and she'll be able to show us what she can do. But yeah, all confidence, and she'll play a role and do her job well.
Well done. She's from Victor Harbour. She spent some years over there in uni in America. She'd be tall, wouldn't she, a basketballer?
I think she's actually shorter than me.
Stop it.
Not very tall.
165, I reckon.
A point guard or the schools, whatever they're called. But yeah, she's quite a short little inside mid, I reckon, will be her role. But yeah, she's quite a short player.
Good on her.
Well, Rowey, she's actually Pat Carpenter's best mate's daughter. So Grant Levy played legend at Victor Harbour.
Yes,
yeah, so that's his daughter. So
how good's that?
There's plenty of talent in the genes. No
well, if
doubt
she's
about
165, no wonder she's switched to footy, because she ain't going to be a basketballer, is she?
She's a great little midget. Hey, Brooke, gee, your rise has been fantastic to watch. Your flag year with Glenelg in 2021. I went back and had a look at some highlights. I love your kicking action. You've obviously worked on that over the years, and even your set shots. I love the routine that you've got. You look very confident.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, back when I played for East Gambia, back in Mount Gambier, I did lots of sessions with some of the A-grade men, and yeah, developed my kicking from early on. So yeah, I'm glad that's been able to shine through a little bit at this level.
Well done. That'll carry with you forever, mate. Now, you're playing against Brisbane. I've had a look at your 7 games. Would you think that the Melbourne victory was probably the best for the club?
Yeah, I reckon that was a really good win. Melbourne are a great side, and obviously last year's premiership winners. Brisbane have been up there as well. We've had quite a good history with them. So it'd be good to come up against them tomorrow when they're in pretty good form as well. So yeah, it'd be hotly contested, high pressure, fast-paced footy. So yeah, pretty exciting game to play.
We just had a text zoom through. How far away is Sarah Allen?
Oh, Sarah, I think she's on the right track. She's saw her today. She's in really good form. She'll be joining full training soon. So yeah,
good.
Should be up for selection hopefully next couple of weeks.
Well, that'll be a great one. And last one, no relation. Najwa Allen got 3 weeks for that bump. That's a joke, isn't it?
Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, she would never intentionally go to another player. Unfortunate for Kristen, obviously.
Yeah.
We don't like to take concussion like that, and hopefully she's recovering pretty well. But yeah, obviously would love to have Najwa back in the team, and unfortunately that was the decision. But yeah, she would never intentionally go to commit an act like that. She was just trying to shepherd the ball. But yeah,
well done, Brooke.
Played out.
Let's hope we get 8 straight, and I hope you get, 3 snaggers, 3 sausage rolls.
We hope so. We hope so.
She won't miss, I'll tell you.
No.
She's very good.
Well done, Brooke.
Well, thanks for having me.
Great work. Round 8, Crows v Brisbane. It's tomorrow. They're going for 8 straight. They're the clear best team in my eyes. It's at Ipswich. Where the hell is Ipswich?
So that's where Brisbane play their home games, up in Queensland.
So is that north of Brisbane, is it?
West or east, I think. I
couldn't tell you. No, it is. It's inland.
Yeah, it's a bit further in from Brisbane. Nonetheless, it's a big game, versus 4th, so make sure you're tuning in and supporting the Crows. Lady Reds have just gone down 2-1 to Central Coast Mariners, unfortunately. They've just blown the whistle on that one. And congratulations to Cliff and Josh. You guys have won yourselves VIP upgrades to see the Adelaide 36ers take on Perth Wildcats tomorrow night. All thanks to the team at Frederick Street Finest, Adelaide's yummiest snack.
H2O is currently $14. By tomorrow it'll be $1.40 favourite after every 5AA listener gets on it on the back of Timmy G. You have a following, Timmy. That's another tech. You do. You have inserted yourself onto a segment.
Tim and Terry's tips.
You are now in the opener. So if you missed Terry's tips with Timmy before 6, Timmy picked a horse that's been scratched.
Unbelievable.
And not only has it been scratched from here, It's running in another state.
Yeah. And I can't wait to get on. It'll be your classic omen bet where everything went wrong, but it wins.
That'll
I
be
hope
it will be $1.40 favourite.
I really hope it does. Let's go to a break. Treaders is going to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Experience the joy of Christmas, welcome the festive season, and see Father Christmas arrive on his sleigh at the National Pharmacy's Christmas pageant. Bring your biggest smiles and biggest waves